what you here for? Strictly business. Yeah. You want a job or get rich? I'm bossed up. 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 Got boss in my IV. Just check my ID, and that's why I be the HNIC. People despise me. My services ain't free. Ain't trying to hear your story, homie. Cop me, no please. In high school, corner, quarterback. Nowadays, corner, quarter sack. Keep that on the low. Rappers turning into rats. Fly snitching on they self. DEA ransack.
What's goody? What's goody? What's goody? What is it? It's a football Friday. The boys are in the building. Um, we got a lot to go through today.
A whole lot
A lot.
to get into.
A lot. Mulder, you muted. Yeah.
That's putting it light, saying there's a
You saw
lot.
the title of the show is, you saw the title, Dumber and Dumber. And
This the boiler room, okay?
We
It's
didn't
gonna get
know
real
this was
hot
gonna
in here.
right. Didn't know this was gonna happen before I let Moolage lose his mind on the Raiders. I had something that I want to do because Mr. DJ Michael B wanted me to touch on this real quick, so I'm gonna get the stupidity out of the way early. I had to bring something back to Mel. Matter of fact, hold on. Let's introduce it first.
Mm. Y'all see OG Mel? He got the cook ups today.
Yeah. So the Mel U Wildin Award, I had to bring it back. I did it on I do it on TikTok. Had to bring it to the YouTube. This one goes to this dummy Tyreek Hill. And why it goes to this dummy Tyreek Hill is because the NFL's uniform policy is clearly stated. It has not changed so much. It hasn't changed since 1945. You cannot go on the field. This is what it says right here. All of this information is in the NFL rule book. They get checked 4 times and throughout the game for NFL uniforms. So Dodo, you lucky it was only $7,000. It should have been more. Technically, you shouldn't have been allowed on the field. Technically speaking. But I just want to start that off, get that out the way. For DJ Michael B, I wasn't going to spend too much time on stupid shit. This is stupid shit. I'm not spending too much time on it. Tyreek Hill, you wildin', you's a dummy. And hopefully they double the fine for you and you learn to wear your goddamn socks.
Ain't that uncomfortable?
We're going to end that bullshit.
Like, that's not uncomfortable to wear
What, the
cleats
socks?
to cleats with no, like, to wear cleats with no socks. Like, that can't feel good.
He probably had ankle socks.
Still,
He
even
probably had
then,
ankle socks on. But they
even with
talking
the
about
ankle
You know why it probably
Heavy knee
was
coverage.
comfortable to him is because he has a track and field background and we don't wear socks with our track spikes.
I mean, I get that, but the way the foot feels in track spikes compared to football cleats,
But
I'm not
these
taking that
new
risk.
low profile football cleats are starting to feel lighter and lighter. They're starting to feel more and more like track spikes.
More like track spikes. Yep,
I used to wear with all of mine. I used to wear the Nike Elite padded socks with all of mine, and now these lighter ones like the new Vapor Jet 360s.
Mm-hmm.
They feel like you sliding on some slippers almost.
Yep.
So like I can see where you could get away with wearing some no-show ankle style socks, but
probably some light Jones. You feel me? Yeah, I can
I
understand
both
that.
want ankle socks though.
Yeah, but I mean, I gotta wear socks. I got specific socks that I wear for game days. So
I do too much cutting on the flag football field to not wear
So
socks.
does the NFL.
Come on now.
No.
Come on.
No.
The socks look so good when you cut in the flag football field. Like, I don't know if you know, but you know.
Especially if you get the right colors, especially
Come on
it's October now. So, the pink socks coming out, the pink headbands coming out. So you already know what's going to go down.
Oh yeah. Hey,
we ain't got no uniform policies like the NFL. We I got the headband ready to go.
I got another tournament coming up this month. So
pink
it's gonna go down with the pink.
We clowning for October.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I need to find me a tournament to jump
Yeah.
into.
Okay. So now we got that dumb shit out the way. Moolage, you wanted to get some stuff off your chest. The floor is yours, my brother.
Well, um, it's really quite simple, bro. It's really quite simple because first of all off season, everybody told me, right? Everybody was telling me, this is what people were telling me, Mulich, right? On social media, all sports platforms, all sports talks, right? They were telling me that Derek Carr was the problem, right? He throws too many interceptions. He causes too many turnovers.
Mhm.
Okay, for sure. Most definitely. Okay, I can understand that. I can see that. He
Mhm.
holds the ball too long, doesn't move well in the pocket. Okay, for sure. I can understand that, right? Then they call for his job, right? Oh, he deserves to be gone, right? Okay, for sure. Bet. Most definitely. All right. Then they don't put any notable names on the board as far as who they're going to replace Derek Carr with, right? Because let's be honest, he's the best quarterback. Um, the first name, like they don't want to draft any young talent, right? To bring in other than Aiden O'Connell, who they got in the fourth round. Their first thoughts is Jimmy G, right? Now everybody's so excited about Jimmy G, right? Mel, he's a winner, right? Winning percentages is one of the best in NFL history,
Mhm.
right? Been to the Super Bowl twice, led his team to the
That's what they
playoffs,
said.
right? Not that's what they said, right? That's everybody. That's what everybody was telling me in regards to Jimmy G, in regards to why I should be excited for having Jimmy G as my quarterback for the Raiders, right? Crazy accurate, right? Okay, for sure, most definitely, right? No defensive moves at all. The best, I guess you could say, the best acquirement we got on defense was Marcus Epps, and I really don't even like him because he's more of an upgraded Jonathan Abram to me. So you don't address the defense. You don't do anything to bolster the offensive line to make sure that Jimmy G stays healthy because we all know that's a problem. You're relying on either rookies or young or young players to bolster your secondary. There's no veteran help. There's no veteran voice in the secondary at all. There's no veteran help, or there's no veteran voice in the linebacker core at all. The only veteran that you have on the D line is Max Crosby, and he's just about fed up with everybody's bullshit on the team. And then you have the whole Chandler Jones situation, right? Where Chandler Jones got that 2010, 2011 John Jones pack. He got that Big Brother pack, and he's been thriving off that pack for a long time. And I find it interesting that you gave this man so much money for him to not only not produce, but not play in the next year. But with all that being said, right, Josh McDaniels has a 7-21 record in 21 games with the Raiders. Did you guys know that is one game worse than Tom Cable, and only one game better than Dennis Allen?
Damn, the name Tom Cable. What the fuck?
Ain't that some shit? Yeah. One game
Sorry.
worse than
This
Tom
is a
Cable.
name we have not heard in who knows how long.
Exactly my point. One of the worst coaches the Raiders have ever had. Even he even has a worse winning record than Norv Turner when he was coaching the Raiders. Ain't that some shit?
I mean, but in Norv's defense, Norv been around for so doggone long. Like
so long, but it's fine. It's fine. My last point, right? Because everybody wanted to say that this was supposed to be a transcendent year, and we got so many weapons on offense, and Jimmy G and Josh Jacobs, and I'm gonna ask you guys a question. Mainly GQ, but I'm gonna ask you guys a question. Name me one time where Josh McDaniels has had to deal with multiple superstar players on one offense, and they were successful.
he hasn't.
That's crazy, huh? So now that he has Josh Jacobs, Devontae
Not
Adams,
all at once. No,
not all at once.
With multiple stars.
Yeah,
never all at once. Like even in Denver,
Oh.
you had Tim Tebow, you had Demaryius Thomas, Julius Thomas, but that they weren't what they grew. They weren't what Peyton Manning had. Let's say like that. In New
Most
England,
definitely.
you had Tom Brady for a while, then you had Randy Moss, but then you had a rookie Julian Edelman, you had a rookie-ish Aaron Hernandez and Gronk, but never. No, I can't think of a time. No.
That's crazy. So when everybody told me that Josh McDaniel was going to take this team and transcend it to new levels because of all the offensive weapons, and I told them that he's never dealt with an offensive team of this caliber because he doesn't know how to deal with it. And this is the reason why I told everybody that Bill Belichick deserves a lot of the credit when it comes to the dynasty that was the Patriots, Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, is because Bill Belichick literally kept it simple for his coaches. He had it a specific system to where this is the recipe we're going to win with, right? We're going to run the ball. We have a superstar quarterback, and we have a lot of good pieces around, and we have a really, 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 really great Hall of Fame tight end. We're going to run with that. But as soon as you get a superstar running back and a superstar receiver and a superstar slot, now Josh McDaniel's mind starts to go like this. Damn, what the fuck do I do? I don't know what to do with this guy. I don't know what to do with that guy. I don't know what to do with that guy. This guy has to get his touches, but that guy has to get his touches, and it's too much for him. It's way too much for him. His brain can't process it. So what he has to do is he has to simplify it. And if I got a superstar tight end, then he's going to get majority of the balls. If I got a superstar receiver, he's going to get majority of the balls. If I got a really good running back, he's going to get a lot of the run game. We're going to live and die by the run game. So when I said that to people in this offseason, and everybody looked at me and said that I was absolutely crazy, only for everything that I said to come to fruition right now. It's literally coming to fruition right now. I literally told everybody if we don't address the defense in the O-line, nobody we put behind there is going to succeed. And what happened? Jimmy G is not succeeding. He literally leads the league in interceptions. But wait, that's what you guys told me that was a problem with Derek Carr. So pick one. What's the real problem here? Like I've been saying for over 20 years, what's the real problem here? The Raiders have had one of the worst third down defenses in the league for the past 20 years. They've been the worst, not even one of the worst. They've been the absolute worst red zone defensive team in the league for the past 25 years, and it's kept going, and it still has the streak still hasn't stopped. Not to mention they've been a bottom 15 to bottom 25 defense for the past 15 years. So when you have these problems that persist, and you have these O-line problems that persist, and you have all of these ownership problems that persist, you have Mark Davis arguing with fans. You're an owner, my guy. Why are you talking to the fans?
Video. Oh my god,
what are you doing? Why are you talking to fans? Why are you addressing the fans?
You know what's funny about that whole rant? That whole rant is making John Gruden look very good right now. Now, granted, I'm not saying that as the most positive thing because John Gruden did his own fair share of dumb fuck.
I'm gonna let you.
Because he did trade away Khalil Mack and Amari Cooper and some other shit that he should have kept. 100%. But the Josh McDaniels thing started with let's start at the top. You traded away Darren Waller. Okay, that's a head scratcher. But we're like, maybe we'll trust the process and we'll see. Now your rushing leader from last season, the NFL's rushing leader at that, decides, wants a contract extension in an era where we don't pay running backs. He holds out. Crickets. All right. You let Derek, you trade away Derek Carr, let him go, whatever you want to phrase it as. You let Derek Carr go. Probably the most stable and consistent piece you've had in the last, let's say, 15 years. Like, it's not like Derek Carr's been bad. Derek Carr has not been bad. He's been surrounded by bad, but he has not been bad. Like, I don't think Derek Carr has ever once led the league in interceptions. He's not a turnover-prone quarterback. He's one of those quarterbacks we like to classify as he's not going to lose you a game. There are very few of the games that the Raiders lost. And it was, Derek Carr threw 4 interceptions and had 3 fumbles. He had no Carson Wentz type games. Let's just call it what it is. So you let him go. You bring in Jimmy G, who has a notorious track record for being injured. We know this. It's not a myth. There's a reason why San Francisco was like, I'm gonna let him go. And he came into the offseason injured. He wasn't fully recovered. He barely got cleared. Then he had a concussion. Then he was out this past week. And it's like the problems kept compounding and compounding and compounding. You've yet to address the defense. This is a team that lost 5 games in the fourth quarter last year when they were up by double digits. You let the Cardinals with that damn toddler Call of Duty playing ass quarterback come back and beat you at your house.
He don't watch film.
And what did you actually address in the draft and the offseason? Okay, so we all heard the crickets, right? Absolutely nothing.
Oh, because that's
what they did. Yeah.
Hold on, wait. Well, before you cook, I got one last point. To be an offensive coach and to have your offense not score 20 points in one game this whole entire season. Not over 20 points, not one time. When you got all of these offensive pieces and you're supposed to be an offensive coach, that's absolutely abysmal. That is ridiculous. That is a fireable
Even
offense.
the Bears have scored
there.
20 points.
The
Even
Bears
the Jets have scored 20.
The Bears scored 40 points last night.
Even the Jags, whose offense is sputtering a little bit, has scored at least 20. The
Hold on, I'll give you
Cardinals
one
have
better.
scored 20 points.
I'll give you one better. I'll give you guys one better. You guys ready? The Houston Texans put up 30 points.
You can't talk
on
bad
the
about
Steelers.
Houston right now.
Hold on, wait. On the Steelers, we didn't put up that. We barely. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Steelers one is rough. They having a rough go at it. But Mel, the cast iron is hot. So by all means, whip us up something nice.
Yeah. Look, all of this goes into like the title of the show. Bad coaching. Bad coaching is on the rise. Okay? We have too much evidence that coaches are either they don't know what they're doing or analytics is just destroying football slowly. I'll start with Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels, his reputation is in jeopardy right now because we believe him to be one of the greatest offensive coordinators we've seen in a long time. But some of the things that he has done and is doing currently isn't making any sense to me. Because you have a guy like Hunter Renfrow who doesn't see the field.
Yeah,
but you had Julian Edelman and
Danny Amendola.
Yeah, Julian Edelman and what's the other one?
You had Chris Hogan,
Kevin Hogan, Mike Mitchell, Danny Amendola.
At least in my opinion. Yeah. At least in my opinion, Hunter Renfrow is better than all of those guys. He's a better route runner. He has sure hands. Like, he does all of the little things that you would at least you could mirror what you did in New England with this offense, with a better outside threat in Devontae Adams, a lesser, tight end, but you have good tight end weapons. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I can see what you were trying to do, but for some reason, it's not working. And the only thing that I can count that on is we don't have Tom Brady. Now, let's get back to what Moulid was saying about the quarterbacks and stuff like that. If every quarterback outside of Tom Brady that you have coached has a turnover issue, it's you. Whatever it is that you are showing these quarterbacks, it's not working.
I don't know how that works.
My cousin sent me a clip on Facebook, and he said this. He's like, look, if you are supposed to be this quarterback guy, and every quarterback that is underneath your tutelage has a turnover issue, then it's something that you're teaching them is not right. We'll take Adrian O'Connell this past week against the Chargers, who saved looks like this. Brandon Staley was about to get fired. The only reason why he didn't get fired was because the coach on the other side was dumber than him. You had first of all, Brandon Staley went for it on his own 22-yard line.
He doesn't learn.
Which is fucking retarded.
I swear to God, he does not learn. Like, this man.
Retarded. But Josh McDaniels is a dumber motherfucker because what Josh McDaniels does is Devontae Adams saves him on fourth down.
What hurts for me?
They get the ball at the 4-yard line. You have Josh Jacobs. No matter of fact, that is on the 3-yard line. You had 4 plays to get 3 yards with Josh Jacobs. And what do you decide to do? Nah, we're going to have the rookie quarterback do a sprint out pass to the short side of the field. Not even to the wide side of the field. The short side of the field. Know what he did? I know what you know. He threw a pick. He threw a pick. Because it was a dumb play call. It was absolutely ridiculous. The reason why Brandon Staley didn't get fired on Monday is because Josh McDaniels should have gotten fired on Monday. Like
Absolutely.
you had two head coaches make very, very bad calls within a matter of 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Then let's get to the Chicago Bears and their head coach. Okay?
Old Eberflus.
They had the ball in field goal range. Field goal range. Like, tie game with 1 minute and 12 seconds left in the game. You have a young quarterback on the ropes who's kind of struggling. You want him to feel good about himself. He drove the team down. He did his job. He got the team in scoring position. And what do? Nah, let's go for it on fourth down. Now, let's just say you're right. We're going to go for it on fourth down. I have no problem with that. The play call that you called was absolutely ridiculous. If you're going to go for it on 4th and 2, you have a 230-pound quarterback. You know what I'm going to do? Power left, power right, power up the middle. I don't care where the power is, but Justin Fields is getting me those 2 yards. I'm not running a bootleg into and not blocking the backside blitzer. Well, outside in.
You mean you're not going to throw it to a tight end running a curl route right at the field goal line?
Absolutely.
Said you're beyond right how bad that was.
We're not going to do the sensible thing.
No, like everything about that game was so, let's just say poorly mismanaged. Let's call it what it is. Fuck that. I don't know what was going on in that game, but you lost that game. The coach lost that game. It was not the offense. The coach lost that game. Y'all had that game. Y'all had Denver beat. Y'all would have put Denver in a position where they might have considered some turmoil. Considerably. You gave a team their first win that didn't deserve their first win.
No, even if Russ goes downfield.
Yeah.
Right. Even if Russ goes down and kicks the field goal, this game is tied.
Yeah, exactly. Like you put the pressure back on Denver.
But the game is tied.
The way it should have been. But I'm just like, and then to go back on, not even on Josh, damn that. There's a coach on this list that we didn't put on there, but I'm putting his ass on there. And his name is Riverboat Ron. That motherfucker is a tugboat now. Ain't nothing riverboating about that man. That man tugboat getting drugged right now.
Oh, we're gonna put
because he just as bad. His last 2 weeks. His last 2 weeks of absolute mismanagement of games. Even last night, when y'all had a chance where y'all were about to be within 7. And you call back-to-back boneheaded, dumb fuckery ass plays, and you gambled on defense. Okay, Riverboat Ron, you're not known for gambling on defense. That ain't your thing, my guy. You gamble on offense, you go for it. You don't gamble on defense. Not when DJ Moore already had 178 fucking yards on your head. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and do a blitz, and I'm gonna put this little short ass corner on him. And what happened? Look, that man hit his head on the goalpost like Shannon Sharp said. Like, what the fuck was you doing? And not to mention, hold on.
Oh no, I'm gonna tell you.
Go ahead.
Look, what did I say? Go ahead. I'm gonna let you rock out. Go ahead.
My problem too is how is it that you have only 15 yards rushing in this game when you have a Brian Robinson and an Antonio Gibson, who are 2 quality running backs? Like they're not. Most teams would love to have a running back combination like those two. One like in Gibson who doubles up as a receiver, who's pretty damn good. He caught a pretty damn good pass in that game, but you didn't give Brian Robinson a chance to get established. When he went to fuck off last week, I'm like, he's a stronger running back than you're giving him credit for, but yet you couldn't design nothing for this guy to get anything. Why was Sam Howell your leading rusher last night? I never in my life want my quarterback doing half the dumb shit that Sam Howell was doing last night. The only reason Sam Howell didn't get injured last night is because he was playing against a lesser defense. Because some of them half slow, half-footed, 2 left-foot looking ass juke moves he was doing last night would have got his head knocked off against Seattle, against New England, against Philly, against 98% of the other defenses in football. Like, Sam Howell got lucky last night. If he was playing against his own defense, he'd got his head knocked off last night. He's not Justin Fields. He showed how to do his best impression of Justin Fields last night.
Look, the problem Right. The problem is this. First of all, they got down early. They were down 17-0.
Yeah.
Or 17-3.
Yeah,
Something like that.
17-3.
They were down early. They were down big early. So the running game was going to be completely washed out. Second, when they drafted Forbes, what did I say? He's entirely too small to be an NFL cornerback. He got punked by A.J. Brown last week,
I mean,
and he got punked by DJ Moore this week.
I mean,
Kendall Fuller was on that list too.
Teams realized, they was like, wait a minute. He's 165 pounds.
He weighs 4 more pounds than I do.
That wasn't rocket science last night. They was like,
Oh, of
look,
course not.
wherever 13 is, throw the ball.
And what's
As they
crazy
should.
is the Bears have
6'2".
3 receivers that are over 6'2". So even if somehow, some way,
he was running track.
if Claypool would have played last night, Claypool would have got on his head last night. Mooney, I don't know why Mooney. I don't know what's going on with Fields and Mooney. I felt like that connection was good last year. This year, it's just all the way to fuck off. Because Mooney's another big target. Mooney would have ate his ass up last night.
Yeah, Mooney was open on a lot of routes too. He just dropped a lot of balls.
And he was. I don't know if it was the combinations of the routes or the ball placement, because there was a few where I'm like, why is Mooney laying out on near the sideline to catch a ball? Like, that shit didn't make no sense.
Yeah.
But you have a mismatch when you have a cornerback that small that's not as athletic. If I have 165 pound cornerback on that side, that motherfucker better have a 43-inch vertical. Like,
that was me.
Like, I'm keeping it a buck because DJ Moore is not a small guy.
And he was getting punked. Like, he was getting
DJ Brown is like the second coming of T.O. So, like, why would you ever put somebody that small on a receiver like that?
No, he's 215 pounds.
Oh, I mean, Kendall Fuller was getting did in as well.
Yeah. Kendall Fuller was no better last night, but
I ain't gonna lie to you. And I'm a Kendall Fuller fan. I like Kendall.
No, I love it. I love his game, but it was just last night was not their night last night.
It was DJ Moore light last night.
It was DJ Moore light.
What happened? Yeah, because what happened with Kendall Fuller and that secondary last night was all because whenever you're a corner and the backside corner or the front side corner is getting cooked, you have to rotate everything else over. So now you are playing out of your comfort zone.
100%.
Because you're so worried about what's going to happen on the other side of the field.
Which is why Cole Kmet was eating on the other side.
Yep. Mismatches everywhere.
And it's just like it just got crazy. But because the safeties were too occupied, worried about, like, if he keeps getting beat, I gotta be there.
Yeah. And on that second DJ Moore touchdown, it didn't even matter. The safety was actually in position. DJ Moore just said, "Give me that ball."
Hold on. I think your mic is
mine.
Right. Oh, we got a delay. That's what that is. We got a delay.
No, we don't like that.
It's either mine or yours.
All right, let's see.
It's a slight delay.
Yeah, it might be. Sometimes when you do virtual backgrounds, it does that.
But I said it. Okay. So what we got, like I said it, I said this in a couple of different instances. I said Mac Jones would get benched by week 4. He did. I said by week 7, week 8, Ron Rivera will get fired. He probably will.
We're on that path.
Like,
we're on that path. It's to happen.
Like, there's a lot of things. Yeah,
it's coming. It's a lot of stuff that we predicted, a lot of stuff that we said. It's coming for sure.
Yeah,
it's going to happen.
Like, I still have Brandon Staley as my number 1 get fired first coach, simply because you're ruining the prime of your young quarterback that you just paid a massive contract to. Like, you're ruining your young. And here's something that actually we'll dive into this just a little bit. But I watched a little bit of First Things First on my way back from work today, and something popped up on there that actually kind of pissed me off. And I don't normally get pissed off about football stuff, but they had the MVP stuff up. And Christian McCaffrey was at like number 7 or 8, but you had Justin Herbert at number 4. And I was like, what has Justin Herbert and the Chargers done for Justin Herbert to be top 4 in top 4, top 5 in MVP voting? Like,
Besides
sorry,
pass
like
for a lot of yards.
and I'm not like, and it's not like me hating on Justin Herbert. Like I love Justin Herbert, but I was
He
like,
should be.
but what has Herbert done to this point that justified him being in the top 5 for MVP voting at this current moment? Because they had Josh Allen. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. I want to say it was
moment. He's like second in yards.
Yeah.
The highest completion percentage.
True. All these things are true.
Mahomes should not be in. He should not.
But I mean, and you also have Purdy. Purdy was at 8, and I know that the MVP award for some god awful reason is only a quarterback award these days, which I don't agree with. Like most valuable player, like not most valuable quarterback, but I would make the argument that at least, hey, if we're going to play that game, then Brock Purdy should be in the top 3 because his team's currently undefeated, and Jalen Hurts should be right there in that mix too.
Right.
And Brock Purdy's leading in completion percentage and a bunch of other categories. So, what are we doing here with these rankings and ratings? Like my opinion, I 100% think Christian McCaffrey should be in the top 5 without question.
I definitely feel like he should.
MVP. That's what we should have did. Right?
He should definitely be.
Christian McCaffrey is probably first. He's either first or second in that MVP.
You realize after 4 games,
like that offense doesn't move without him.
Christian McCaffrey has 98 touches through 4 games. He's on pace to break the all-time season scrimmage all-purpose yards record, like without question. He'll end up breaking that shit by week 14 at this current pace, which is absurd.
If he stays healthy, he's gonna obliterate.
Yeah, he'll obliterate it, and he just might. He could just as easily break 2,000 yards rushing too. So if he leads in all-purpose yards and he breaks 2,000 yards rushing, there's no way in hell you can't at least give him the MVP. Hey, Micah made it in the chat.
Right, and how just all right. Justin Herbert, if Justin Herbert had better coaching, he's the leading candidate for MVP
100%.
because the Chargers would be undefeated. That's it. He's completing 75% of his passes. Yeah. He's second in the league in yardage. He has the second highest QBR. Like everything that he is doing right now is top 3 in every category. It's just that his fucking defense and his head coach is horrible.
Yeah, like I also don't agree with. I don't think Josh Allen currently should be ahead of Tua right now.
Success isn't there, but him as an individual is there.
And that's the problem because you're a defensive head coach, Brandon Staley, and you have the most expensive defense, and yet your defense is trash.
No, not even close.
And you traded J.C. Jackson back to New England, so we appreciate you. And you're going to pay the majority of his $12 million salary for this year, so we appreciate you twice over.
Can we talk about trash defenses real quick?
Yeah.
Right. Can I talk about defenses real quick? Okay, cool.
I want you to talk about defenses for sure.
Watch all week how people are still crushing because they're still crushing Russell Wilson because on Speak, just so everybody knows, I hate Joy Taylor. She to me, she has absolutely no football sense. And Emmanuel Acho is my guy. I hate that he has to be surrounded by stupidity. But here we go. So the Denver Broncos is not a Russell Wilson thing. We talked about this last week. I'm gonna bring it full circle today, and I said on how bad this defense is. Do we know? Okay, the Denver Bronco defense is allowing almost 37 points a game. 37. And just not to say, I just want to let everybody know how bad this team is. They're not bad. They're historically bad. Historically, through the first 4 weeks of this year, they have the worst defense in NFL history. Now, behind, I'm going to start from 8. I'm going to start with 10. These are the 10 worst defenses of all time. The 85 Bengals. Didn't go back to 85. They were horrible. That's number 10.
They were horrible.
The 1990 Cardinals, the 98 Eagles, the 16 Lions, the 06 Texans. They were, and yeah, this is where it gets crazy. The 01 Bills, the 92 Falcons, the 85 Chargers, the 08 Lions, and then rounding it off at number 1, yeah, this year's fucking Denver Broncos. They're the worst defense in NFL history.
Hey,
This is
being
not Russell Wilson's problem.
being number one on a list ahead of two historically bad Lions defenses. Oh my gosh.
That is
Oh my
what's
god.
the word I'm looking for? That's fucking absurd.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's insane. Because I'm
like
it's insane. It's how bad. No, there isn't a quarterback in history that can fix that.
Oh my god.
But remember, it's all Russ's fault.
That's not good.
There's no Tom Brady can't fix this.
No.
I don't think Bill Belichick can fix that, dog.
I'm not
It's
gonna
not good.
He'll fix it by cutting half
It's
the
horrible.
The whole team is cut. Like there's no possible.
Look,
there's no stayer. There's no
nothing.
returner. Everybody's cut. Everybody has to go right now.
Everybody, maybe except for Patrick Surtain. It might be the only one they keep.
And then
Oh dang.
they send Randy Gregory. Then they send Randy Gregory to the 49ers. As if you needed somebody else on the other side of Joey Bosa. Of Nick Bosa, I'm sorry.
I love the pettiness. I love the pettiness of the trade.
Thank you.
Because
now he's going to turn back into the old Randy Gregory that we know.
Yeah, but remember, so the reason I say I like the pettiness of it is remember the Cowboys traded for Trey Lance, and now Randy Gregory is with the Niners. I just love the pettiness of it.
The petty circle is amazing.
The petty circle is continuing to go.
Right.
Looks included, you tripping.
Hey, now hold on. Wait, now.
Looks included, you tripping.
Yeah,
you tripping.
You tripping. I don't like George Taylor. Yeah, she looks like Sponge. She's built like SpongeBob with titties. No,
I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it.
Titties. That's what George Taylor looked like.
And I'll take it. Okay, tell her stop playing with me. All right.
Horrible. She's horrible.
That's cool.
That's why everything you see from her is from the neck up.
It's fine. I'm gonna squeeze all the water out that joint. Don't worry about it.
That's why this show is not for kids, ladies and gentlemen. So sometimes
I tried. I couldn't get through it. I couldn't. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I can go on all day.
Oh, I can too, but I'm trying to, out of respect for my amazing wife, I'm not gonna do it. That's how I'm gonna exclude myself from this conversation.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Oh, shoot.
Make sure you see the band on the, make sure you see the band,
Right. I'm sorry.
Oh shoot. That's all good. I'll take that fade when I get to the crib. I'm not worried about it.
Sorry, so when y'all see Mulus without his dread, y'all understand what happened. He really took that fade.
I got too many. It's all good. She can pull it out a few before. I got too many for me to start really for y'all to start really noticing I'm losing something. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of fades and capping, can we get to this Colin Kaepernick bullshit?
Snap some shit right out.
So you guys mind if I take that shit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, please cook away. Please cook away.
Okay. So
I couldn't find too much.
Oh, it's okay. I did.
I
did. We talked about Colin Kaepernick on Gentleman's Talk. So allow me to bring this shit into the full circle light. So of course, as you guys know, Colin Kaepernick his agent wrote, that was also signed off on by J. Cole, a letter, which I've never in the history of life seen anybody do no shit like this before. Wrote a letter to the Jets asking to be on the practice squad.
GQ, before you
go ahead.
Before you go, GQ, can I just GQ, can we 2 seconds?
Go for it.
Okay. I just want people because I know, unfortunately, I thought my brain was just playing tricks on me. Thought I was with Ghetto Boys. But apparently, we got a lot of people who be watching our show and then they use our talking points. Now, I know we did, and GQ did his so eloquently, read the letter that the lawyer put out, and I've seen several different podcasts do the exact same thing.
Is that right?
And I would be remiss to be like, you know what? They just had the same idea we did. It is cool. But just do a little research. Their shows aired after ours.
Isn't that interesting?
So if you're going to do something that you get from our podcast, at least give us the credit for doing it. Go ahead, Mr. GQ. Go ahead, brother.
I appreciate, imitation is the fondest form of flattery. So I appreciate you guys enjoying the eloquentness of how we do things around here. Don't let the name Mr. GQ fool you. It is not just a name, aka or a personality. It is who the fuck I am. All right. I go from gentleman to savage all the time. It's kind of like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing. I go from Mr. GQ to my other self, which we don't need to talk about right now. But back on this funny thing. So we talked about, we're continuing from last week. Mulich put it so perfectly. We're continuing this full circle thing. So we talked about it last week. We read this fantastically put together letter that was the dumbest thing I've ever fucking seen anybody do. I've never seen a grown man beg for a job like this, like at all. And he really did. He didn't even beg for like a normal job. He begged for a practice squad job, which is like,
very much so.
Okay, a practice squad job. All right, my brother. All right, cool. So then all of a sudden, this is when the shit took another turn. So for those who know me, I'm a giant wrestling fan. Dwayne Johnson is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time.
Yep.
So Dwayne Johnson has a conversation with Colin Kaepernick and his agent. And they actually said, hey, man, you more than welcome to come through to the XFL, which in case you guys missed it, we talked about it on Gentleman's Talk and on Inside the Huddle. The XFL and the USFL are emerging. Guess what that means? We're about to have damn near 20 fucking NFL football teams, CFL, all this shit like that. So Kaepernick, guess what you would have had?
Yes, we did.
A bigger opportunity to do something. You would have had a bigger opportunity. So you're about to have what I'm going to currently call it the USXFL or the XUSFL. I don't give a shit. So he had a chance. It was offered to him. And I guarantee you this, he ain't going to take it. Because Cap don't want to play football. It's Cap that Cap thinks he wants to play football. What Cap is doing is trying to stay relevant. Point blank, period. Cap, bro, we don't even need you to be relevant, dog. We really don't. If I want you to be relevant, I'll go back and watch that magnificent playoff run that you had all the way to the Super Bowl because that is the most relevant thing you did in the NFL. I don't care about what you did with the whole kneeling thing. As a veteran, I don't give a shit. That part was actually, to me, it was dumb. It was just dumb. Like it's dumb that you took the amount of flack you and the other players that did. Like I would not as a veteran. I don't crucify you guys for that. I didn't think it was that big of a fucking deal. I understood the reasoning. I'm one of those people. I'm very objective. I have no problem with you guys trying to stand up for social injustices and all that type of stuff. Hey man, do what you got to do. Cool story. Guess what? You were told by other military individuals to just take a knee instead of sitting down. If you would have sat down, I would have took offense to it more in a different manner. Taking a knee, I understand. I'll leave it alone. It's the other shit that you're doing to try to stay relevant for no apparent reason. Like you didn't have a documentary about yourself. We done seen you try to go to all the, you done told your story. Like we know your entire story, Cap. You are a 35-year-old man. You're a 35-year-old man trying to be a quarterback again. This is not the Kurt Warner story. You're not bagging groceries. All of a sudden you pulled off the streets and going to take a team to the Super Bowl because you're not going to do that. I would rather try and take a chance on a guy like Cam Newton, 100%. I'd even probably at this point take a chance on a guy like RG3 before I pull the plug on giving you a chance at this point. Because at least at the minimum, RG3 is probably still athletic enough to get out the pocket, enough to throw a ball. Cap, I feel like if you get out the pocket, you're going to throw a pick six.
Look, I'm gonna throw one out there. I'm gonna throw one out there even worse than all of those. Because at least he played football within the last 2-3 years. I would bring Johnny Manziel in.
Hey, look, after that documentary, I don't know if I want to do that.
I've seen him play football within the last 2 years.
True, but did you watch that Netflix documentary? I don't think I want Johnny nowhere near my franchise with that shit going on.
He's even. I watched it. I still bring him in.
Okay. But I mean, I'd rather go find a guy, even a guy like PJ Walker, who was a star in the XFL, would do better than a guy like Cap right now.
I'd rather deal with the evil of Johnny Manziel than the evil of Colin Kaepernick.
Fair enough.
You mean the stupidity of Colin Kaepernick?
Yeah, definitely the stupidity. Because
PJ Walker or anybody. I got
At
a
this
girl on
point-
my football team right now. I'd fucking hire her before I get to Colin Kaepernick.
like, look,
All
Cap,
right, my daughter.
take that money that Nike gave you and take your ass back to the shadows, my boy. We don't need you. You Gucci, man.
At this point, stop calling him and stop entertaining him. My number is on all of my social media platforms, and I am ready right now.
No.
I go to the gym 5 days a week.
Listen,
I do my footwork. I'm still on the field every single goddamn day. Call me, okay? I will take anybody's
Listen.
spot. I'm ready to play.
Yeah.
Anytime
Look.
they're ready, call me right now.
Zamora, FUK his documentary. All right. No, we don't need to know anything else about Colin Kaepernick's story at this point in our lives.
We
we
knew
just
all
don't.
of that before that.
I
Before the
I
documentary
hope
came out.
like hell. I hope
Right.
like hell Colin Kaepernick proves all of us wrong and goes to the XFL and balls the fuck out. But he ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna do it.
Like, what isn't a documentary supposed to tell us something that we didn't know?
Yeah, we know
Like,
everything.
We knew everything that
50
happened
chances.
in the fucking documentary. Like,
Manziel didn't get a bunch of.
I think you got Manziel and Baker Mayfield confused with each other.
Johnny Football got 50. No, he didn't.
No,
Johnny
Yeah.
Football
Johnny
didn't.
Football
He
got 1.5 chances and fucked them both up.
He got a quarter of a chance, and they said, "Forget you, Johnny."
No, what chance did Baker get? Baker didn't get no chance.
Well, no, I'm saying, but I'm saying as far as Baker at least still being in the league and still playing, like Johnny just completely, squandered. Like, and I wasn't saying it was like a shot at Baker. I'm just saying, like, at least, because like just, he survived the graveyard of Cleveland.
He imploded.
Like Johnny did not.
Yeah, well, because if he wouldn't have shown what he's shown while he was on the Rams, then he would. The thing about it is,
Oh yeah,
we understood it looked good when he was with a good offensive coordinator. Then he went to Carolina, which is a bad situation. So it's like, well, we got to see him with a good situation, and
I mean,
he's got his team 4-1 right now. 3-1.
yeah. No,
Whatever.
and
Sadly,
I
Baker's balling
absolutely-
right now.
I love what he's doing. I love what he's doing, and you know what? Because we're talking about Baker, I love this. All right,
No,
he was
man,
doing an interview.
Wilson is going to be okay.
I love the
Baker's
interview
solid.
he did where he talked about this weekend being the Red River rivalry, which is if you're from Texas or Oklahoma, you know what the fuck it is. All right, Sooners, y'all finna get that work on y'all this weekend. But anywho, he talked about him and Vince Young doing some stuff together, and he was like, "Listen, I
Yep.
love Vince Young, but I don't like him this week." And that's cool.
Understandable.
But I love that the roots of stuff like that are so deep. Because the Red River rivalry is one of the greatest things we have in college football. Obviously, it's not the greatest, but it's one of. Because it's always been fun, especially when both teams are ranked. It's a great game, and this weekend I expect no less. Even though last year they got their ass blown the fuck out because Bijan went straight fucking crazy on their ass last year.
Right.
But but again, Texas is going to do what they do. Texas is going to probably blow Oklahoma out again this weekend because
I mean,
Texas is on 100 this year,
yeah, they got weapons.
and they
They
got
got
weapons. And look,
They got
I think
weapons.
really because of the Archie Manning shadow, Brock Ewers like, nah, let me cut this mullet off. Like it's time to
Mhm.
shine because I ain't even let this kid take my spot.
Mhm.
Not yet.
He said,
Let me go to the
he
draft.
said, "That's a Manning. That's a Manning behind me." Yeah, let me
no,
go
I
ahead and
gotta
ball out
elevate.
real quick because if I don't do it now, I'm not gonna get an opportunity.
True. Like, and I don't think Archie's ready yet. If I'm being honest, like I just don't
I
think
don't
he's
think
ready.
he is either.
I watched the film. Like I don't think he's ready yet, but I think he will be.
Well, like I said,
Not AB.
Like he's gonna have to be ready when Texas goes to the
Wow.
SEC. He gonna have to come
ready.
with it.
hey, can't nobody. Well, it depends on whatever his name is, whatever he do.
Yeah, Brock Ewers, I got you.
Because he come back. He's a sophomore. He'll be back next year.
He should come back next year.
He should, but if that
Because
threat of Archie,
That's why I thought Arch was going to redshirt this year because it makes no sense for him to sit behind a sophomore quarterback.
yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
That's true.
But it's cool. You know, like I said, if something crazy happens in the offseason or this whatever they call it in college football, the spring season, whatever, he'll be in the transfer portal. He'll be on somebody's roster and he'll be starting. This is like a big time audition for Brock Ewers this year, basically. Just in case in case they try to pull the plug early and try to insert and force Archie Manning down our throat this year. I mean next year.
Mm-hmm. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, one of them. Well, one of them gonna be in Alabama next year.
Hey, hey, he's telling you this man that he might not be lying, bro. Because at this point, with Alabama's quarterback play, they probably will definitely be doing some shopping for a quarterback in this offseason. And with how Texas, USC, Colorado, everybody winning the recruiting battles, man, Alabama's probably already on the horn. Like, hey, we need a quarterback, and we need a quarterback right now.
Yeah, well, the way things look right now, Alabama might be desperate for a quarterback.
I'm trying to tell you, Nick already on that horn. Like, y'all not going to do me like this.
Like, Alabama might fuck around and lose this weekend to A&M.
I don't doubt that at all. Because Alabama, they have no – I see no wow factor.
Like, and somebody, Joel Klatt said it phenomenally well. Like,
I think they will.
Like, if Texas or Michigan is going to win the Natty, this is the year to do it.
That's
because
true. Because
Alabama and Georgia are really both kind of down right now. Like, Georgia's not down a lot, but they're down enough to where they're not as dominant as they have been.
Yeah,
they lost all those dogs.
They did lose all them dogs to the Philadelphia Eagles, but you know, they really just transferred them. They just transferred them to the Eagles. That's really what they did. Because the Eagles and nobody in the NFL can blame anybody but themselves for letting the Eagles draft these motherfuckers.
And the ones that got now were young.
Yeah,
and they all balling right now on the Eagles defense too.
They really are. And I mean, as a college kid coming out of Georgia, if I get drafted to the Eagles, like, man, I got drafted to a team
Look,
just
as precious as defensive linemen are, and and you just got finished playing in the national championship. So
exactly.
It's only right. I mean, the league is stupid. They don't value. Oh, speaking of which, that's a perfect segue into what I want to talk about. Did y'all hear the stupidity that Colin Cowherd said out of his mouth?
On which day of the week?
Which time? Because, you know, he's known for saying a lot of dumb shit.
If he was the Steelers, he would trade. This is about the Steelers.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we got a crazy delay. But anyway, he said that he would trade George Pickens, a first-round pick, and TJ Watt. To be the quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm like, as good as Caleb Williams, as good as Caleb Williams might be, I'm not giving up TJ Watt and a wide receiver for a quarter. Who he gonna throw to? And then who he gonna throw to? But then who gonna stop? Who gonna play defense?
I'm trying to figure out.
Edge rushers are too hard to find, let alone one like TJ Watt.
I'm trying to figure out where he got that stupidity from.
The league.
He just like snatched that stupidity out the air. Like did that idiocy just come out the? I'm looking. It's not. It's y'all see it. It's nowhere.
I don't know.
Y'all see stupid flying around. I'm trying to find it. It's where'd he get that dumb shit from?
Listen,
because he must have pulled that right out the middle of the air. Right.
But on top of all that, the Steelers are not known to make wild draft day things like that happen. That's not their nature. They draft very well. They don't need to do outlandish shit in the draft because the Steelers are one of the few franchises that draft very well. And one thing they draft and develop very well are fucking receivers. Like, give George Pickens another year. Like, it's not over yet. Like, don't worry. Like, he's going to be fine. Like, but I'm not trading him. And they damn sure are really good at drafting defensive players. Why the fuck would I trade a cornerstone defensive piece and TJ Watt. I'm not, and just like Mel is the same, we're not as sold on Caleb Williams like everybody else. Like, I'm just not. And then there's all these stories that, he
think
might
he's a great
stay in
athlete
college because he can make more money and he don't want to play for the Bears or whoever. Okay.
That's
Whatever,
exactly what
bro.
Mel said, by the way. That's exactly what Mel said, by the way. Mel literally called it. I want everybody to sit up here before you guys get to reporting all your dumb shit,
Cool.
taking our sauce. Mel, my boy said it first, okay? Players are going to start to negate the draft and just pick to be a free agent and go to the team they want to. So before all y'all get to saying, Caleb Williams is going to negate the draft, and we said it first. We don't want to hear it, okay? Just know it came from FTSL inside the huddle first. I don't want to hear none of y'all bullshit.
Well, that, and also I I agree with I'm trying to remember who said it. Somebody has said it on another show I was watching, but they said eventually we need to get to a point where, just like the NBA, the NFL does a draft lottery for the top 10 picks. And it's getting to that point. That's probably what almost needs to happen. Because if quarterbacks or marquee players start doing what we've kind of talked about and what they're talking about might be doing, this is a way to kind of, I guess we'll say, taper it down just a little bit. Because if college players start running the draft is going to go to shit. Like it is. Like, the draft is important, but if guys like Caleb Williams, like if they try to pull the Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning thing, like, I'm not going to go play for that franchise type shit. Like, no, that shit ain't going to fly with these billion-dollar owners at some point. They're going to be like, nah, we need to unfuck this. Well, come up with a draft lottery system. How about that?
It's funny because a lot of players, and it's funny because a lot of players are only going to start doing that because they know a lot of teams are purposely tanking for them.
It's not just that. It's the fact of and then you have the thing. Caleb Williams is making $4 million at USC.
Yep.
Like, it doesn't seem like a lot of money, but it's $4 million. No, that's a lot of money for a college athlete to be making. So you can call it what you want. Like, that's why they could sacrifice and say, you know what? I'll stay in college another year. Because if he's making $4 million this year, guess how much he's gonna make next year?
Shit, double.
A lot.
Like, it's to a point where the next time we have a collective bargaining agreement, this is my proposal. GQ's proposal. Put my GM hat on.
It's just like,
we need to establish a draft lottery for running backs. They need to have a front-loaded and a shorter contract. If you don't want to pay them, then you need to give them a chance to make their money. So you need to shorten running back contracts and front-load them. And you need to do something about this whole this franchise tag thing and make it, a little bit more, make it more seamless. Right now, it's chaotic at best. But I think a draft lottery is definitely something that probably needs to happen sooner rather than later, because it decentivizes these tanking teams. Because now, cool, you're one of the top 10 teams, but it's not guaranteed that you're going to get the number one spot. Now, you can still have the draft pick play, like all this stuff like that, because, right now the Bears are going to have two picks in the top 10. If you had a draft lottery, they got two ping pong balls in the fucking little shit to, be pulled. So now, instead of potentially having the first and second, maybe you get the second and the fifth, or the first and the ninth, something a little different.
agreed.
I actually like that idea a lot.
Oh,
just making sure they know. Look, you heard it here first. We just putting our GM hats on. We just brainstorming a little bit. Just giving billionaires ideas.
No, and it's the thing is, I think that was the case. My fucking headphones was lagging. But it's. I think we talked about. There's a million different options that they have for the draft. I still believe that if you want to entice teams to win and not tank, then the teams that just missed the playoffs, teams who just missed it, who have winning records but weren't good enough, those are the teams that should be drafted at the top of the draft.
I'm not opposed to that. That makes more sense.
This way, you push teams to keep winning at the end of the season.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
it just gives more incentive for teams to actually develop the right way instead of waiting for a quarterback to come fix all their problems.
Because if you're winning, because think about it. At the end of the season, you're telling teams if you want that first overall pick, you got to win these last 2 games. Not lose them. You got to win these last 2 games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And, it goes back to that old adage now when you talk about teams being like 1 or 2 players away. Well, if I'm a 7-9 team or a 7-10 team, excuse me, in this case, all of a sudden I'm drafting 2 or 3 overall. Maybe I draft that pass rusher that I needed. Or maybe I'm a receiver away and I draft Marvin Harrison Jr. and he helps take our team over the top. Like, that makes way more sense than the team that won 2 fucking games getting a pick and ruining a young player's career early, essentially.
And you know what it also helps? It stops quarterbacks who don't deserve to be drafted in the first 5 picks. They don't go in the first 5 picks. Now you get your franchise quarterback later in the draft where it doesn't hurt you financially.
Exactly. That's another thing. Now your quarterbacks like the ones we continue to talk about, the 2 that we talk about the most in Zach Wilson and Justin Fields can get drafted and sit behind a veteran and learn properly and actually come in much more refined instead of in this critical year 3. You've got Justin Fields, who's on his 3rd coordinator, and you've got Zach Wilson, who's got a defensive head coach. 2 things that don't mesh.
Yeah. Or even if you do end up with Chicago Bears, even if you do end up drafting Justin Fields, you're drafting him at 18. You're not drafting him at 3.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
Common
That
sense,
is a
right?
big difference.
Well, too bad common sense is not so common these days.
Man, ain't that the fucking truth? Especially when it comes to sports.
So there's a lot of things. See, this is why they need us to run the NFL and we could fix it, literally. The little shit, we could fix it. 2 years, everything's done. Everybody's feeling good. I get rid of some of these goofy uniforms. We'll go back to the old school uniforms. We do a lot of shit.
Well, then, and I'll throw out for me personally, one of the dumbest rules that the NFL has, and it's the cleat rule. I think that's the dumbest shit on the planet. Like, you shouldn't be telling me that I can only wear cleats to match my team's uniform. Like, cleats is like one of those things. Like, it kind of tells a story of who you are. A lot of these players have charities they support and like other things like that. So, now I got it. If it's a theme thing, like if there's something going on, that's one thing. But like, right now we got my favorite time of year that's coming up, which is the NFL salute to service thing. What if I want to rock some camoed out cleats? What if it don't match
the cleats? The cleats they're more loose on the cleats than everything else.
There's still AJ Brown has been penalized twice this year for his cleats already because he wore like some electric green ones, and he wore it up, but they were representing like some charity organization that he has. But I go back to remember Brandon Marshall. Brandon Marshall was getting penalized every week for wearing them because he had a thing for his cleats were about his charity for autism and stuff like that. His little organization.
Oh, you know what? No, I know what it is. That was a little different because you have to let the league know. You have to call the league office and let them know that's what you're doing. A lot of these dudes just wake up in the morning and just fucking do it, and this is why they end up getting sued.
Why are you so concerned what kind of cleats I'm wearing? Like, I don't think cleats are that outlandish. Now, even though my man, 2 years ago, the tight end for the Green Bay Packers that rocked them Grinch ones. I ain't gonna lie, them was fresh, but you gotta let somebody know.
Because it's like
that face was gas. I ain't gonna lie.
At least they was green and matched the uniform, but them motherfuckers was outlandish. I was like, hold on, bro. You got some Grinch fur cleats on. Like, wait a minute.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Them days was fire.
I would have worn them, but you gotta let somebody know. But like, if I want to wear like for October, if I want to rock some breast cancer awareness month cleats, I shouldn't have to let you know. I should be able to do it.
No, those are sanctioned, but the league lets you rock out during Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You can wear the pink ones and rock out. The thing is, it's like when you work construction and they tell you got to wear steel toe shoe boots. Like that's pretty much what it is. It's like you got it. There's a uniform policy.
With steel toe, that's not even a construction. That's an OSHA thing. Like that's a safety thing. Cleats ain't got nothing to do with safety. I'm
just saying. It's just that's the way that they look at it. Like from head to toe, there's a uniform guideline.
Fair enough. I'll live with that as much
Now,
as I don't like it, but I'll live with
that. I can understand, right? There's a uniform guideline because even in college, right, like there was certain stuff that we couldn't do because per the uniform guidelines, right? Like you couldn't, like, you know how like now they allow the players to like roll up their jerseys and stuff like that to where it shows the bottom part of their stomach.
Yeah.
We couldn't do that back in the day.
You couldn't do that back in the day.
You couldn't do that back in the day. But like now they're more lenient on that because it was a uniform thing. So like I can definitely understand, or like tail pads to where there was some leagues so don't allow you to show your tail pad. Some leagues do allow you to show your tail pad.
Like
it just
like in the NFL,
it goes
you have to tuck your jersey. Like
you have to tuck in your jersey. Like, you can't have your jersey untucked. So like it goes different ways. But like the cleat thing, I just feel like you got like the sock thing, right? All right, bet. I'm stout on that. I don't care about that. Like I feel like that shouldn't change. But the cleat thing, I definitely feel like as long as like the team kind of approves, then I kind of feel like the NFL.
I don't think it should be a league thing. I think it's fine if it's a team thing.
Be more team
because
thing.
cleats just like basketball players rocking their shoes. It's an individuality thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm cool with the rest of it. You could tell me I can't wear certain colors of fucking gloves. I don't really give a shit. But like my cleats are like me. Like my cleats are me. So I like, and that's just me.
This is where the league is. This is where the league is like, look, no one's bigger than the Shield. So
basically
they go out and they like, look, we got these brand deals like Jordan brand and Nike. Like we're like, look, we paid a lot of fucking money for these people to be here.
Listen, I'll wear any of them brands. Just don't tell me what kind I can wear. Like I can't wear Jordan cleats because I'm not paying that kind of money for them. But I'll rock shot of some Nike and some Under Armour cleats in a heartbeat. I don't get that's my whole collection right now.
I think that's the biggest thing, right, bro? Like I think like a lot of people, because like you have these specific brand deals with these specific brands, like they'll give them like you can wear the Jordan, you can wear the Nike, you can wear the Adidas, but it's like where are the designs that we have already approved? Like don't be kind of come in with your own design and we haven't approved it yet. And it's like I get it, right? Because it's like with the with the anime face shield that Jamal Williams is wearing. It's like, you can have it for like practice, you know what I'm saying? For like, before, warm-ups or, shit like that. But you can't wear that shit in the game, gang. Like you got
because what happens is if you wear it and it's licensed to someone else, they could sue the NFL. They could be like, oh, he wore that on TV, yada, yada, yada. That he's promoting that. Well, y'all are promoting it. Here's my money.
We didn't get the proper, pay from it or all the stuff like that. So
this same thing happened to Odell when he was in Cleveland. He had got Nike made him some custom-made Joker cleats, and he had to change cleats at halftime. So I mean, the brand made these for him specifically for this game, and he had matching gloves. But the NFL at halftime made him change cleats.
Yeah, and I think at that point it came to the uniform policy itself, right? Because the cleats were a different color and like they're that the NFL uniform rule where it's like they have specific colors to where people are supposed to wear as people are supposed to adhere to. I think that's when it became a bigger issue.
Well, the other part with his,
I don't think he should have changed them. I'd have took the fine. I don't care.
So what? The other part that got him.
The thing is, that's why I said about Tyreek Hill. He wasn't even supposed to be on the field.
That's true. The sock thing, I can, like I said, I'm with both of you. We lockstep on that. The sock thing is 1945. We can leave it at that. 1945. But like the thing with Odell's thing was that the NFL had actually changed the schedule up to where the Browns changed uniforms. The cleats were going to match the original uniform because they were going to wear the all whites, and I believe that's when they ended up switching to their color rush, which is what made his cleats not match the things. I'm like, so he already had these made prior to this. Like when the schedule came out, these cleats were ready to go, and then all of a sudden the color rush thing happened. This is the Browns color rush game, and he didn't have. He already had these cleats, made for him.
Yeah,
but I get it. But that's just
that color rush. That color rush thing. That color rush thing.
We all have our little rants, but That's just the athlete in me. Like I like my cleats, I like my hooping shoes.
Yeah,
I like what I like.
It's an extension of your personality.
Yeah.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. Look good, feel good, play good. Deion said it best.
100%.
Yep. So
You play good, they pay good.
yeah, like see, matter of fact, hold on.
Well,
See,
that's not true because running backs don't get paid when they play good.
Ain't that some shit? Crazy, huh?
Just thought I would be petty
Crazy.
real quick. Normally that's a
Oh, yeah,
King
most
Petty
definitely.
line, but I had to borrow that real quick.
You got to throw in that pettiness, man, because the people who do the most work, i.e., running backs and linemen, they'll never get the true respect that they deserve.
yeah, like I was like, come on, man. I got look where we at. See, hold on, because y'all know whenever I leave, I come back with some silly shit.
Absolutely, we
I'm
gotta
the
love
coach, and I'm the coach. You see these?
Yes, sir.
Those Vegas
Hey,
invaders.
let's go.
Look. Then you know I had to get these to pop. Had to pop these off with them. Hold on.
Y'all see?
I like the shorts though. Like low key, you might have to mail me a pair of them. Like
I need a pair.
Like, I rock shot them hoes in the gym. I'll wear them to the gym. No cap.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I need a pair. I need a pair. Mel,
let me know when y'all release the apparel line because I'm sure trying to cop me a pair.
Yeah,
Mel, I need a pair of the cleats right now.
I showed up at practice. All the girls was like, "Coach, where you get them shit? Like, where you get that?" I was like, "I got y'all. Don't worry about it. I got you."
I need a pair. I'm gonna be bust out in the OG males. For the flag football attorney, tell him stop playing with me, okay?
Like, don't worry about it. Just know that I'm rocking these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Pink versions, and we finna go crazy. Stop playing with me, man.
Wait till the uniform
put them on.
Crazy.
I got you. It's good.
Oh,
I
no,
got you, dog.
Hey, when the uniform come out, I definitely got to get a jersey now. I'm with it because I'll wear the jersey on the show. I'm promoting like a motherfucker. I don't care.
I need a pair of the cleats, and I'm finna go crazy. Y'all finna have all the dopest action shots in those cleats. I promise you.
Yeah. So we were those. When I got those, I showed up at practice. They was like, "Coach, like, what are you doing?" I was like, "Hey, y'all didn't know me when I was playing."
Heat, okay?
When I was playing, I was him.
Heat over there.
They would look, they were like, "Yo, who the fuck is that right there?" Hey, I'm that guy.
Heat. Pure, unadulterated. Y'all see it, okay? We're not gonna say too much, but that heat, okay? Heat.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hold on, man. Here we go. I'm missing the chat. My bad. There's a bunch of people in the chat. Tyrone is in the chat. My bad, Tyrone. And he was chatting away too.
But it's all right. Hey, look.
Yep. Yeah, I forgot about D'Angelo.
I do remember that. I do remember that. But I think that the D'Angelo Williams thing was different because nobody else was wearing pink. Like normally it is a team thing. Nobody else was wearing pink. And because he had lost his mom to breast cancer, he felt like he felt like it was it was his duty and his obligation to wear pink before his mom. And he took those fines. He did not care. He took those fines and he said, "Yeah, I'm gonna take the fines because like this is something that's important to me. It goes beyond the team. It goes beyond the NFL. So I'm ready to take those fines and I'm ready to pay that price." And he did. Man, he didn't complain about it at all. Yeah. So respect to him.
I like that last comment. The previous comment that was up from Tyrone. That's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Like 100% the truth. Like sometimes people trying to do way too much when the game of football is very simple.
Very simple.
Ain't that the truth?
The objective is to get the ball out of your hands as fast as possible in the hands of your playmakers to make the first guy miss on offense. On defense, your objective is to find the football and tackle the football. That's your objective. Point blank period. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we do too much. And Brandon Staley, you 100% are on the list of doing too much. See? Exactly. Damn that unicorn. Give me that proven dog.
Yep. Man. What Deion say? Leaders and dogs? Ain't that? Oh, okay.
I want a team. I'll take a team full of dogs in a heartbeat than a team full of puppies and one unicorn.
That's all I need is a team full of dogs. I don't care everybody else. Nobody else. Just give me 22 players that's ready to kill.
You know what you get when you got a team full of dogs? The 2007 fucking New York Giants. A team full of dogs.
Pretty much.
A team full of defensive dogs. You had a NASCAR package full of defensive pass rushers. That's some team full of dogs. That's what it looked like.
Yeah. And Brandon Jacobs running the ball.
Exactly. A dog running the football. Not a unicorn, a dog.
Mm-hmm.
I heard uniforms ain't
Yeah.
gonna fail.
And I like he's right. Like and I get it if it is controversial, yeah, that's one thing because there's some things out there that we don't need you rocking and rolling with. But
yeah, that's the thing is like, see, the problem is the NFL tries to control because the NFL understands one thing. If one person can fuck it up for everybody.
Oh, without question. Somebody
So
like Kyrie would have fucked it up for the whole NFL already.
Yeah, so it's like if you let one person do it, 90% of the athletes are going to follow the rules. They're going to have fun with it. It's not going to be nothing crazy, but it's going to be about 5 guys that's going to be like, they're going to write "fuck you" on the cleats, and it's going to be crazy. It's going to be nuts. And then it's like, you know what? To avoid that, we're just not going to let nobody do shit.
Well, I mean, it goes with the, like a work uniform policy, right? Like they let everybody free dress, they let everybody wear what they want to wear, and then somebody wears something inappropriate, and then nobody can wear what they want to wear.
Oh, you mean like pull up in like yoga pants and a tank top?
Yeah, I'm gonna make Moolish mad right now. It's like if you don't have a dress code, girls gonna show up wearing crazy shit, tight pants, titties out. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be all over the place. But
that's one thing you don't have to worry about with guys. Like we ain't trying to dress outlandish. We really be trying to, whatever the function is, we trying to dress for that. You tell me I can dress comfortable for work, as long as I ain't pulling up in pajama pants and slippers, and you know what I'm saying, we good.
All right. Girls, they take advantage. They're gonna be booty shorts all over the place.
Yeah, and be a fucking distraction the whole shift.
Because the last time at my job, the reason why the dress code got taken away is because a lot of the girls got to doing too much with their clothes. So
yeah,
it'd be like that. You feel me?
There's gonna be dudes in the NFL.
It's easy for them to do too much. It's too much out there for them to wear.
Yep. And that's the problem. Like, so the NFL just rein it in. They're like, we know there's going to be 10% is just going to lose their mind with this, so we can't do it.
Yeah.
Stupid.
So it ain't over yet.
It ain't over.
I don't think it's ever gonna be over.
No, never. It's never over.
No, I saw the I guess we used the word fuckery last night when I watched PVT last night. I couldn't even get in the chat. I just wanted to watch it because I was just like, good Lord. If y'all ain't keeping up with the shows, man, I'm telling you right now, since Monday, shit's been haywire since Monday.
It's been turn up city. It's been turn up city.
I'm surprised didn't nobody invade us on Wednesday. I guess we didn't do nothing wrong. We was cool on Wednesday. We was cooling in the gang on Wednesday. Just getting all recap in for the weekend. But boy, Monday and Thursday, boy, it was 1,000 on.
Look, we're gonna have to. We've been turning up like this, but this is what we promised that this was gonna happen. We said, look, as once the revamp happened and as things started to settle, these shows was going to get live.
And fellas, I don't know if you guys are aware. I don't know if anybody's aware. Everybody in the chat, everybody that's watching us right now, we're live. We are almost at 500 subscribers. Like literally, like right there, dog. You feel me? Like, if we can get to that halfway point to a band, I'm trying to tell you guys, it's literally uphill, downhill, side hill, however you guys want to classify it. We going from there. I'm telling you. But
look,
once we get to 500, it's going down.
Look, we said it. The goal, like I said, we want to get to 1,200 by February was the goal.
By the end of the Super Bowl.
By the end of the Super Bowls, 1,200, followers. The content is here. The content is here. Troy has been
hit that sub button and come watch Troy cook. Troy been doing his best Migos impression, whipping that stir fry up.
Yeah, he's been cooking it up. But this is what we've been doing, man. It's what we've been doing, man. Like we've been having fun with it. We're family, so it's family first. Everything we do is all out of love. So don't ever get it twisted. If you see us in here acting up, that's just what we do.
Don't think it's dysfunction amongst this family because it's not.
Yeah, it's no dysfunction in this family whatsoever.
The dysfunction that we might have had, we excommunicated a long time ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Oh, yeah.
dysfunction has exited.
That's the
been a
nicest
long
way
time
I'm gonna
ago.
say that without saying too much.
What is it? All right.
Woo!
Get him, big dog. Get him.
Get
Tell
him.
We had this conversation. We had this conversation a few days ago. So he had some
100%.
frustrations he wanted to get out.
All right. Let's rock. You want to get to these? You want to recap last week? Go bullet point some of these games.
We can do that. This has been the season of blowouts.
Yeah.
I don't
definitely.
remember the last time I've seen as many blowouts in the first 4 games of the season. Like, it's kind of been absurd.
It's hard because they don't allow defenses to play defense. So this is what's
That's
going to
true.
happen.
Like, we've seen it. No, because I'm still salty about that fucking call in the Jets and Chiefs game.
Yep.
Oh, we can
That
talk
was
about
still
salty
upset.
calls because that was a catch by Terry McLaurin in overtime.
Facts.
I'm
It definitely
sorry.
was. It definitely
I'm-
was.
But I didn't like that. I didn't like that pass interference call on that Jets game because, first of all, Patrick Mahomes, you know better than this. You are the $500 million quarterback. Why in the hell is you throwing in the triple coverage in the first place? You'll never do no shit like that. You threw
Yes,
that
he
ball.
do.
The
This is
corner
the
was
problem.
on. Yeah, but on this particular throw, on this one throw that made no sense because you had a corner on your hip. The safety was there, crashing down, ready to go,
Moving
and the
up.
linebacker slid through. Like, it was just a bad
I'm
placement
clipping
of
this
that
out.
ball.
by the way.
But just to put things in a little bit more of a retrospect, we talked about these blowouts. Let me just level these out for you. The Bills blew out the Dolphins 48-20. The Ravens blew out the Browns 28-3. I'm sorry, DTR. We had high hopes for you, my boy. You just wasn't ready just yet, but it's okay.
Yeah, he didn't get no help either. That
No,
fucking
you got
they-
zero.
Not even remotely.
The Texans blew out the Steelers 30-6. The Bucks blew out the Saints 26-9. Titans blew out the Bengals 27-3. The Cowboys blew out my Patriots 38-3. And the Seahawks blew out the Troy's Little Giants 24-3. That's just last week alone.
Yeah.
There's been plenty of other blowouts prior to week 4, but that was just in week 4 the blowouts that happened. This has been the season of blowouts.
Can we talk
Obviously,
about
we're
the
going to remember that
Titans?
70-point game for the rest of the season, but
Can we talk about the Titans Bengals?
let's go. But yeah, there's a lot of, first of all, welcome back, Derrick Henry. First of all,
Yeah.
let's just start with that. King Henry, put your crown back on, tilt to the side one time. Glad you came back.
Yeah. Nah, it was.
I mean, I was going to say that too. Regardless, they didn't run the ball. They didn't kind of help.
Yeah,
the
no, they didn't do a
quarterback
lot. They didn't do a lot of things in
They
that
run the fucking
game.
ball,
They
try to
didn't. They
have him
didn't
drop
do
back
DTR any
million
favors
times,
in that
but-
game.
Yeah, they really didn't help my boy out there. I still think he's gonna be good though.
Yeah,
I still
that,
think
but
Oh, he's still
Baltimore
gonna be
came
good
to
'cause
play,
he still
though.
looks
That's-
pretty good.
Baltimore was ready to play.
Yeah,
100%. That
you
was the
can-
best.
a rookie
That was the best the
in the-
Todd Monken project has looked thus far. And now we're
Definitely.
really gonna see how it look against Pittsburgh this upcoming weekend, which I'm looking forward to. I got that game circled. I can't
Right.
wait to watch that game because I'm trying to watch every single snap.
And I think
Yep.
Odell said I think Odell said he's playing this week. So
Okay,
Yep, Odell should be back this week.
because they were down 2 receivers last week. They were down Odell and Perryman, right? Because I think just Zay Flowers was their main. Zay Flowers
Zay
and
Flowers,
Mark Andrews
yeah.
their main guys last week.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But Zay Flowers has been he's been
Even
Not to
Oh.
mention, it looks
Lamar-
like they're gonna
Lamar's main
activate
guy.
Mitchell off of IR as well. Their other running back, who may eventually end up being their number 1 running back.
Elijah. Elijah.
No.
Mitchell?
Another Kenyon. He was their star in the preseason. He was the one that was averaging like 6 yards a carry in the preseason.
But,
okay,
the
interesting.
Carolina
Bengals problem, and I said this, I'm going back. I'm going back. Like, look, I've always said I don't trust quarterbacks who had one good year in college. I just don't do it. Now I know Joe Burrow's hurt. Well, he's not 100% healthy. But I also think he's reverting back to who he really is. And which he is just a okay to good quarterback. He's not someone who should be in these top 5 conversations because he's got too many weapons and he's not using them. And Jamar Chase is getting frustrated. He's getting a little agitated.
I'm always
And
fucking
I'm
open.
always fucking open.
Like, when you got a dude his size with his speed, it don't take a lot for him to get open or to be open. Just get that man the ball.
We just watched this last night with DJ Moore. We just watched this. We also watched it with Garrett Wilson against the Chiefs of all teams. Like,
Yeah.
we've seen this. We saw it with Mike Evans. Just put that motherfucker in his general area. We've seen it with Stephon Diggs. We've seen it with Justin Jefferson. Some guys are just ballers. Put that motherfucker in their radius. You know, D-Hop back in the day, playing with all these different quarterbacks. Hey, man, just throw that bitch somewhere in his general direction. He coming down with that ball. Throw the ball to Jamar Chase. There's no reason Jamar shouldn't get a minimum of 8 targets a game. Minimum.
I think the Bengals are another team that is definitely suffering from bad coaching right now, because I don't know what the fuck Zach Taylor has done. I don't know what drugs he's taken. I don't know what he's been drinking. Like, he may be drinking lighter fluid like everybody else has been drinking, but I don't know what the fuck he's reverted back to. Like, he's reverted back to literally, because he has his quarterback stationary in the pocket. There's no fluidity. There's no fluidity to the offense. There's no creativity to the offense. Joe Mixon is non-existent. T. Higgins is non-existent. Tyler Boyd
T. Higgins is also injured right now too.
The biggest thing is what you just said, Joe.
But
Mixon.
even then, before T. Higgins got injured, he was literally non-existent in that offense.
Well, no, Higgins was getting more targets than Chase was. In that week 2 game, Higgins got like 11 targets.
Got like 11 targets after week 1 not seeing a target.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
which is crazy.
I said this when they got drafted. Jamar Chase is the better receiver out of him and Justin Jefferson.
Oh,
the
of course.
difference is,
I've always said that.
They will force feed Justin Jefferson no matter what.
Oh,
yeah. And they were on the same team, and people forget they were on the same team at one point. Which is just fucking bizarre to know that like that LSU team still is one of the most stacked offensive teams you've ever laid eyes on. Like, that shit is unbelievable. How many stars were on that team? And one of them ain't even really playing in the NFL very much. And Thaddeus Moss, who was their other guy, we don't talk about him hardly ever. He was also on that fucking LSU team. It's like, that's crazy. They had a fucking track meet. They had the Miami Dolphins in college. Like, and Joe Burrow was slinging that motherfucker.
Yeah, and so until he can get himself right, this is what the Bengals are going to be. And didn't they just give him a contract extension?
So why are you not protecting your investment?
Boom.
Or at the minimum, right? Mulich said it. They're not, and I think Mel said the same thing. They're not doing their offense is very vanilla. Hey man, I got too much speed and too much height to not start moving cats around pre-snap. Joe Burrow shouldn't be holding that ball longer than 2.5 seconds. He just shouldn't. We watched a stationary Ben Roethlisberger.
Thank you.
We watched a stationary Ben Roethlisberger do a 3-step drop and throw that bitch to Antonio Brown like it was nothing. And Antonio Brown ain't 6 foot tall.
Nope. And this is what I say. Coaching is so bad right now that, and the reason why I say it's bad is because for whatever reason, this is going to go back to Wayne. Wherever I know you watching, Wayne, I'm gonna get your ass back on the show because they all adopted the Wayne mentality. They don't value running backs. Like, to make the passing game work, you have to run the fucking ball.
100%. It's funny how we talked about that. We've talked about that with a couple of teams.
Like, it doesn't make sense to me that Washington last night had a drive. They went 3 and out. They threw 3 straight passes. Matter of fact, I won't even use Washington. I'll use the Bears as the example because they had the lead. They was only up a touchdown, and they needed to milk the clock. They threw the ball 3 straight times, had the ball for a total of 17 seconds. How are you helping your team by doing that?
You're not.
Boom.
You have a running back like Joe Mixon and you have a young running back in Chase Brown. Use a 2 running back method and get that motherfucking rock moving.
Like, just
save your quarterback from 1, getting hit, and 2, save him from having to roll out the fucking pocket. Preserve that cap because we know this for a fact. The snow is coming. Winter's coming. And when you got injuries like that and it's cold outside, them hits hurt that much more. But the last thing I want is Joe Burrow's calf stiffening up in the fucking snow.
But these dummies still gonna pass the ball. This is the thing that bugs me out. It's gonna be pouring down snow. It's gonna be 4 or 5 inches of snow on the ground. They still 5 wide receivers and and then, like, what are you doing?
Because teams that run the football in the playoffs are the most successful. Even the Chiefs run the fucking ball in the playoffs.
You have to.
Say it again, GQ. Say it again, GQ.
Running the football in the playoffs is how you're successful.
And what else? What do you have to do on the other side? What do you got to play? That's that thing. Starts with a D.
I was gonna say,
I
what's
think
that?
it's called
You gotta
defense. I think
like
they have a letter
tackle.
D with a
Yeah,
fence
yeah.
next to it. It's like
Yeah.
defense.
Yeah.
Sounds
Because
familiar.
they always
Sounds
say
familiar.
defense wins championships, and some people say that's not true, and I'm like, well, okay,
Like,
Okay.
sure, okay.
I'm sorry. Like,
I'm sorry to
team
burst your bubble, but defense plays a factor in winning championships still.
running the game and playing solid defense. It's always
Yeah.
worked.
Yeah,
Crazy.
and I mean, look,
Isn't it
it's
wild how football
to your
works?
credit if you have an offense that's explosive. Like you just kind of got lucky because everybody ain't
Crazy how
got.
football works, right, guys?
Because I mean, just
Football
look
is a
at this
crazy
last
sport.
Super Bowl. The defense played a key role because when Jalen Hurts fumbled the ball, what did the defense do? They scored touchdowns. Oh my God, defense! Oh my God, it's funny how that happened.
There's that word again. Defense.
Yeah.
There's that word again.
Like
And
they're
the
allergic
Chiefs
to
did
it.
not have a. And I'm not saying you got to have an elite defense. I'm not saying that, but your defense has to play a factor, 100%.
You
Yeah.
gotta have a certain- Look,
And not to mention, hey, there's this other thing we call special teams. They have to do something special. And in the last Super Bowl, Kadarius Toney did something borderline special. He almost did something that still hasn't happened in the Super Bowl. He almost ran that bitch back and scored. It almost happened. It was this close. So
see,
it's funny how we have
GQ,
three
you can't
levels
bring up.
of a team, and we only focus so much on passing the ball. We don't
You
talk
know you
about
can't
the
bring up
running.
special
We don't
teams.
talk about the blocking. We don't talk
Can we
about the
take a
tackling. Like,
Can we take a second and can we read Tyrone's quote right now? What does that say?
and no true shutdown corners or DB. No one has that dog like Woodson, Bailey, Reed, Dawkins. We ain't got no Champ Baileys. We ain't got no Ty Laws.
Yeah. You know
We ain't
who
got no
wasn't
Williams.
Deion Sanders. We ain't got none of
Rod
that.
Woodson. I was just saying,
Yeah.
go ahead, Mel. No, go ahead, Mel. Finish that statement. Go ahead.
right. You know who wasn't mentioned? Because I respect Tyrone's opinion on this.
Mhm.
You know who name he didn't mention?
Hmm.
Rel Revis.
Oh, dang, that's crazy.
Now,
That's
he,
what I
now
thought.
he also
I
he
didn't see that.
didn't
man.
mention Ty Law either, but I'm gonna give him a break on that. But that's just me being the Patriots fan I am because
Well,
there's
we
some
know,
respect that
no,
needs to be
but
put on Ty Law's
Ty
name.
Law is in that conversation. But people like to call Darrell Revis this shutdown. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do it.
We're not gonna do it.
Nope.
We give.
I'm
we
I'm not
give
getting
Darrell
I'm not
Revis
getting back
enough
into it.
free
I'm
clout
not
on
getting
this
back
show.
into it.
We're done.
Right.
Nope.
Not gonna do it.
Not getting back into it.
Not gonna
Not
do
even
it.
remotely.
All right. But all right, so we gotta do this. We're gonna go through these because I don't like doing the picks when we're not on the show because we don't get to do the picks. And
Facts.
I ain't got
Let's
shit. I need some stuff. I need some stuff to clip up for the YouTube for the TikTok. Commanders already shit the bed, so that game is over. Y'all knew I was gonna take them anyway. But like I said,
is putting it lightly.
it was a win-win for me because Justin Fields almost got me 50 fantasy points. I keep trying to tell y'all I can't lose when I play with him.
Hey, and that's cool, bro. Like it's cool. Like I got Justin Fields and a couple other fantasy teams, and it's cool. Like it's funny because me and OG Mel are playing each other this week, and I had Brian Robinson, and I had Khalil Herbert before he got jacked up. So my running backs combined for like 16, but it's cool.
I got nervous because Herbert he came out in that first.
He
was
did.
cooking.
I was like, man, he got 78 yards in the first half. He's gonna break a hundo. That's exactly what I thought was gonna happen. But it's okay because I have to gamble this week because unfortunately my QB1 is on a bye week in Justin Herbert. So I'm gambling with Joshua Dobbs this week. We'll see how that pans out. Should be fun, right?
Who they got this week?
They got Cincinnati.
Oh, he going for 300 and some. He go. All right, we might.
Hey, I
even
need
out.
that. He not gonna do what Justin Fields just did, but if he can do what he did last week, he'll give me 49 points. I'm good.
So he gonna even this out.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But back to the schedule. So yeah, I'm pretty sure
down.
not a single one of us was picking. I did anybody have Washington, doing that last night?
No, not at all. Not at all. So you can run the games down. We'll throw our picks in
Too
when we
easy.
hit up one out of here.
I am ready. So we have got starting off. We got the London game, ladies and gentlemen. We have got them Jacksonville Jaguars and the Buffalo Bills. So Jacksonville been hanging out in London for the last 2 weeks, feeling refreshed, feeling acclimated, and Buffalo got to travel.
Because Jacksonville laid the egg, I'm taking Jacksonville in this game.
Woo! We got us one.
Yeah, give me Jacksonville. I feel like the Bills' high streak is going to come to an end.
Damn, I'm mad for you, Tyrone.
I brought Tyrone 2 weeks ago. I had 160 points on my bench.
Happened to me the first week.
Like everybody who I had sitting the bench went off. So I know how you feel on that.
Yeah, that was me last week. I had Minnesota's defense on the bench, and they gave up 49 points. And I was like, damn, that sucks. But it's okay. But I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna take Buffalo. I don't want to, but Josh Allen is kind of playing kind of out of his mind right now. But this would exactly be the game where Josh Allen would throw for 3 interceptions and have some fumbles and some bad shit would happen. Like this
The
would
second he
definitely be
gets
that
everybody
disaster
feeling
game
good
that could
about
possibly
him,
happen.
he
So-
brings everybody back down to reality.
Yeah. So following that up, we have got the Battle of the Rookies. We got the Houston Texans visiting the Atlanta Falcons, who don't like to throw to their other first-round stars. They only like to run the ball with their other first-round pick, which is just
Well, Desmond Ritter's on the clock, so Taylor Heineke, we might see him soon.
We need that because I need some Drake London and some Kyle Pitts love, man. You can't have 3 first-round star players and not use them. That shit's crazy to me.
Yeah, so,
Isn't
but
it?
I'm going with the Texans because they hot, and
Yeah.
CJ Stroud is breaking that Ohio State quarterback
Curse.
All I'm
curse.
saying, hey,
Yeah, no, definitely. And I love it. Yeah, give me the Texans, man.
All I'm
D'Amico
saying-
got them boys balling.
is I've been saying it. I said it
Shout out
since
to
the
Nico
season
Collins,
started.
Michigan man.
Like I've been saying this, and I'm gonna keep saying it. I said it when we talked about this early in the show, like the shows previous. CJ Stroud is the best quarterback that's coming out this draft. Sticking by that.
I said DTR, but that's me.
No,
All that shit that they talked about that boy. Oh, he's not focused. Oh, he tested low and this and that. The boy balling. You might want to eat your words, man.
The Wonderlic test is so goddamn useless. We ain't gonna even rant on that right now. But we got a clean sweep. We all taking Houston this weekend. D'Amico Ryan, shout out to you, man. Being the Houston Texans alumni, balling out of control, being a defensive coach that's actually letting your offensive coordinator do what the fuck they do for your young quarterback. It's funny how that works.
Mm-hmm. Damn,
You know,
that's crazy.
Crazy.
Smart
right?
coaching.
Smart coaching.
Smart
hey man,
coaching.
This is my first time being a head coach. I'm gonna find me a really smart offensive guy and just say, "Yo, offense, bro, do what you do." I don't even want no part of that shit. Just you got it.
No. If the
Too
Texans keep playing like this, D'Amico Ryans is going to walk away with that head coach of the year.
He gonna walk
Absolutely.
around with
As he
coach of the
should.
year. Is what he gonna do?
That's
That's what I mean.
should.
Yeah, like 100%.
As he should.
Up next, we got what for me, I have this game circled as the blowout of the weekend, and I hope it's true. But then some injuries happen. So we got the Carolina Panthers visiting the Detroit Lions. But as it currently stands, Amon-Ra St. Brown is doubtful with an injury, an oblique injury. Your other 2 receivers did not practice as much right now. Josh Reynolds is your healthiest receiver, and you have Jameson Williams coming back for the first time, who will probably be on a pitch count. But I'm still taking Detroit because of that defense.
Fuck that. Fuck that. Little Young gonna get it.
Okay.
They rolling right now. Little Young got this.
They rolling what? Rolling L's.
He realized that's not his fault. It's not his fault. Not his fault.
You're right. It's almost as if they would have simply just given this young man a number 1 receiver.
No, he's been cooking.
Crazy,
Oh, that's
huh?
right. They
Adam
traded him
Thielen,
away to the
they've been
Bears.
cooking.
I was gonna say him and Adam Thielen got a really nice connection going on.
Yeah,
right
I
now.
know, but having somebody like a DJ Moore, it just would have been great.
Oh, but that was, they.
I know. I'm just.
They had to get rid of DJ Moore to get him.
Oh, I know. That's just that's my level of pettiness. That's all.
There are talks though that Carolina is definitely looking to add a number 1 receiver for Bryce. So we'll definitely monitor that as the season goes on.
Yeah. Good luck. Who are you gonna target? Like,
hey, like I said, I don't know, but they said they've been looking. So
listen, if I'm one of these teams that they want my number 1 receiver, you got to give me that first round pick, my boy. Oh wait, you ain't got it because the Bears got it.
say, oh wait, you ain't got it.
So,
They're gonna be all right. They're gonna be all right. Panthers gonna be all right.
what you got, Mo?
I got baby Bryce.
You got baby Bryce? Well, all right. So I'm standing on
Baby
an
Bryce.
island by myself with Detroit. It's all right. Aiden Hutchinson, man, give me 5 sacks one time for the one time, my boy. I'm starting Detroit's defense against Mail this weekend. I need him the ball to fuck out. All
I
right.
just need Jared Goff to go crazy so I can keep talking my
Hey,
shit.
we're gonna see. Hey, maybe Jameson Williams has one of them DJ Moore games, man. We'll see.
I'm not mad at that.
Possibly.
But Hunter
I'm not
Renfrow,
mad at that either, since the Raiders like just let the players go all of a sudden.
That we did actually.
might be able to
me and
fleece the
Tyrone
Raiders
did talk
out of
about
that
that.
Right.
Hey,
Me
we'll
and
give y'all
Tyrone
a
did talk
fifth round
about that a
pick.
few
Oh,
days ago.
we'll take that 5th round pick for Hunter Renfrow. Dumbass. Anywho, we got us a division game in the AFC South. You got the King Henrys going up against the new look Richardsons or the Colts, whatever word you want to use. This is gonna be an interesting, and they're both 2-2.
Right.
They're both chasing. In my mind, they're all chasing Houston. I feel like Houston is kind of separating themselves.
Which is
They might
weird.
even overtake Jacksonville. It's weird. All of them are 2-2, by the way, though. If anybody didn't notice that, they're all 2-2. But
Mhm.
Houston looks like
Literally all of
the
them.
best 2-2 of the bunch.
Which is
They
weird.
look like the most
Which is
consistent
fucking
one right
bizarre.
now.
But-
Which is, yeah.
The Titans also
Definitely
have
weird.
beaten those fucking Chargers.
This is true. But I'm still going.
This is a tough one. This is
I'm gonna go
actually-
Tennessee.
This is low-key a tough one.
I'm gonna go Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Tennessee.
I
I'm
think
just
I'm gonna
gonna
take
go
the
with-
rookie.
You know what? I'm going to take
Yeah.
the rookie quarterback.
This
I
is.
think I'm gonna
Give me
take the
Anthony
rookie.
Richardson. Give me Anthony
I'm
Richardson.
going opposite. I'm gonna go with the veteran quarterback because he's gonna understand what he needs to do is let King Henry get going and not fuck the game up.
Well, they're also going to be down a receiver again because their second receiver is also out this weekend. Burke, Traylon Burke. Traylon Burke is out again.
Yep.
So you just have D-Hop and you still ain't feeding D-Hop, which is fucking crazy to me. But whatever.
Bizarre. Told you not to go there, D-Hop. Told you twice.
Yep, told you. It's possible that like Indy's defense is now. If this was the Titans versus Jacksonville, I would say you're wrong because he owns Jacksonville by himself. But against the Colts, the Colts defense has been pretty decent against King Henry, but we'll see.
Let me see.
What you got, Mullet? You going with the King Henrys, or you going with the Richardsons?
Nah, give me the rookie, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like the way he's been playing. I'm taking the
You
rookie.
know
I'm
what?
taking
Coming off of
Colts
that
defense.
concussion, he balled the hell out in that comeback effort against the Rams and almost pulled it off. But Puka said, "Nah, hold my cleats."
Puga said, "No, hold my
Hey,
cleats
that walk-off
and my
touchdown was
hair."
sensational. I'm sorry. That was a sensational way for Matthew Stafford to win. And that man finna get his guy back. Cooper Kupp is back. You got
Speaking-
Cooper
Yep.
Kupp, Puka
Well-
Nacua, and Tutu Atwell all in the mix. And Kyron
I think
Williams.
we also gotta throw Sean McVay into that coach of the year
I'm
talk too.
Yeah. All I'm saying is the Rams are looking like the dark horse team this year that you might not want to play.
They looking
Like,
very
You
sneaky.
might like in the
They do
NFC,
look
they
very
can
sneaky.
easily make the playoffs and be a wild card and upset somebody with that offense.
Because
And that
if you got
defense
got
is doing the
Puka.
same thing that Seattle's doing. They've got that one veteran in Bobby Wagner in this case, and Aaron Donald, and everybody else around them is young, but they're getting behind their veteran leader, and they're playing kind of above their skis, kind of like how Kansas City's defense did last year. They got behind Jones and keep
Yep.
an eye on these Rams, man.
Because-
They might fuck around and
because-
be that number 7 seed.
no, they might be even worse because
offensively they can score 30 points with that offense. You bring a Cooper Kupp
Mhm.
back.
no, that's what I was saying. It was like Tutu Atwell is turning in who they needed him to be,
Yes.
and then Puka came in and just did some other shit.
Listen, all I'm saying is if you all of a sudden make Puka your slot receiver with Cooper Kupp being back and Atwell on the other side, good luck because you still
Yep.
got Higbee as your tight end, which is
Yep.
just enough of a threat as well.
Yep.
And Sean
Yep.
McVay
And that
gonna
new
start
young-
letting them wheels turn because
Yep, and that
if
new
you
young
double
running back
cover,
is
if you
not
double cover,
bad.
if you double cover Kupp, Puka gonna eat your ass up. Pause.
Yep.
No, see, that's the difference. Kyron Williams is running the shit out that ball.
He is.
Yep,
Trust
like
me,
I
know.
said, that running
Hey,
back is
all you had to do was
nice.
let go of Cam Akers and look what happened.
Yeah, Kyron Williams is running that shit. So
He said, I don't think the Rams are one dimensional because Kyron Williams is running the air out
Yeah.
that motherfucker.
yeah, no,
I don't
Kyron
think they're one
Williams.
dimensional either.
And he's good in the passing game.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
But let's digress. We move on. Troy's Little Giants. I'm sorry, you are going toe to toe against the Miami track team this weekend.
if they put up 70 a couple weeks ago,
I'm gonna put up 80 this week.
like it might get ugly fast.
Not to mention, I just want to throw this out there because I
Well,
didn't get
puns
to record
intended.
this. But the Miami Dolphins did also trade for Chase Claypool. And
yeah,
hey, listen, if my number 3 receiver is Chase Claypool, what the fuck? Like,
look,
my number 4 is Braxton Berrios. Like,
look. This is the thing. It's like my brother called me this morning. He was like, "Yo, did you see what happened with Chase Claypool?" And I was just like, "No, what happened?" It's like he got traded to the Dolphins. And I was like, "Look, he's what they needed. All of their receivers are fast as fuck, but they're
Now
all
you got-
little.
They're
Now
all
you
small.
are a fast, big motherfucker. Like this becomes a problem now.
Now just simplify the offense.
Because I know y'all don't see our
him,
chat, but he said in the
because we
chat
know
if
Chase
Chase
Claypool
Claypool feel
is
like playing
stupid.
football. If I got traded to the Miami Dolphins and I just left Chicago, I just got a resurgence of life.
He's happy
I
now.
would hope so.
I'm trying to
I
be
would hope
because look,
so.
here's the crazy thing. In the red zone, they're now going to be the most dangerous offense in the red zone.
I would hope so.
Because all I'm gonna do, hey Chase, go and run that fade route to the back corner real quick while Tyreek Hill run his drag across, and I'm gonna let Waddle just sit there.
Yeah.
This the thing about this.
Not to mention speed.
And
Playing
not to
tight
mention,
end.
I still got this guy named HN, and I still got this Raheem Mostert guy. I still got this other running back that's gonna come back from injury. Like
I could go play quarterback for the Dolphins right now.
How the fuck did the rich get rich?
This the thing about Chase Claypool, right? I ultimately want to see him succeed. I never want to, wish, bad career on anybody. But I know people that don't want to play football when I see them. And Chase Claypool, for me, looks like somebody who doesn't want to play football. He just wants a fucking jersey. I've been calling these dudes out since I've started playing football.
I watched because of you and what you were saying. It's like I gotta do a deep dive on Chase Claypool. And I watched the interview that he did on
the Top 5 interview.
On Pip, yeah. He has the mindset. I just think he was in a bad place for him.
Yeah, and I think that trade from Pittsburgh it messed with him. Because he was one of those Pittsburgh receivers that was developed well and was actually flourishing pretty well in Pittsburgh. And then they shipped him off because they did what the Pittsburgh Steelers do. They drafted well, like, oh, okay, we have too many receivers. Let's trade one away. All right, Chase Claypool, you're the odd man out.
And I think because of what Mulich said happened and what we were talking about earlier about personalities.
Yeah.
I think he's a very outgoing personality, and that didn't fit with what the Steelers wanted.
Yeah.
Because he don't know how to shut up.
I mean, neither did Antonio Brown. And look what happened to him. He ain't there.
Exactly. That's the problem. I don't care who it is at the end of the day, bro. I really don't care who it is, dog. Shut your ass up and play football.
But some people,
I think it works in Miami.
Some people have to.
I don't. If you want to be the flashy showboat player, all the shit like that, bro, bet. But produce on the field. That's all I'm asking.
He was though.
Produce on the fucking field.
Yeah. In Pittsburgh, he was producing
to an extent. To an extent. I don't do the whole and like if y'all want to say he was producing in Pittsburgh, bet. I'll give you guys that. But it's the whole showboating thing after you're not doing shit.
Yeah, he got a couple bad penalties. He got some bad penalties at the end of plays.
Exactly. Some bad penalties that's costing my team games. You're not doing shit to help me win.
He gave a team 2 first downs with the penalties. I knew exactly which plays he gave.
You feel
2 first downs.
That's my biggest thing, bro. If you're not gonna do shit to help me win, but you want to constantly look good, I don't want you on my team. Yeah, you're not a good football player to me. You're not a good teammate. Get the fuck off my team. That's the real reason why he keeps going team to team. He needs to learn not only how to play football, he needs to learn how to be a teammate and shut up and just play. All that praise and shit is gonna come if you lead the league in receptions. If you're number 5 in receptions and you got 10 touchdowns, all of that fucking praise that you so crave is going to come, regardless of you sitting out there in the media begging for it. Do your fucking job, play your fucking game, play the game of football, shut your ass up, make plays, and I guarantee all that shit that you want, that you thrive for, that you're begging for is going to come. But until then, until I see you actually do it, no, I don't believe that you're a football player, bro. I need to see it. I'm not a talker. I don't do the talking shit. I'm a top 5. Then show it. Show me, bro. Show me you're a top 5 player. Show me that you can be a top 5 player. Show me that the speed and the size and the talent is all that everybody says it is. If not, then you're just fucking talking. Shut your ass up and play football. I don't care about none of the other shit.
We're gonna see in Miami.
We definitely are. Because you're in a perfect environment, perfect offense. Everything is perfect. I don't want to hear no fucking excuses, bro. So if you don't produce,
podcast, say what you got to say, and
you're done.
Let's play football. So
period. Shut your ass up and play football.
Nobody's taking the Little Giants in this.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely not.
I figured. Well, probably Troy. Troy probably the only one that's taking his team.
I wouldn't doubt that.
But Saquon might be back.
I did hear that. He might be on the pitch count, but I did hear he's gonna be back.
Unless he playing safety, it ain't gonna mean shit.
Next up, we have got the New Orleans Saints versus the New England Patriots. What's left of the Patriots because we are decimated on the defense side of the ball. We lost Christian Gonzalez for the year. We also lost Matthew Judon for the year.
He's done for the year?
Yeah, labrum surgery.
That's why they made the trade for J.C. Jackson.
Yeah, and Judon had the torn bicep.
That's so fucking tragic. Bro.
So this is kind of, I don't want to call it a lost season for the Patriots, but it's leaning that way.
Well, this is what I said. First of all, Mac Jones' ass need to sit down. Bring Malik Cunningham up. Let that man get his reps. So next season, he's ready to go. That's the way I look at it. Mac Jones is not the answer. As much as we want to talk about Justin Fields and Zach Wilson, and we understand that they are in bad situations. You know who's not in a bad situation? Mac Jones. He's just a bad quarterback.
That is true.
So
I've tried to fight this good fight. I really have. I really have.
I'm sorry, DQ, but that's just
no. You ain't got to apologize to me. I'm an objective fan. That's my job. I'm not a Cowboys fan. All right, I'm not delusional. All right, I am objective. I gave him I legitimately. This man is on year 3. He had a solid rookie year. He took a team that was similar to what he has now and took them to the playoffs, but he hasn't taken that leap. He's not as we say, a force multiplier. He does not elevate players. He's just a guy.
He capped out in Alabama. We knew what he was at Alabama. He was not going to.
We did. We definitely knew that. But if he would have simply been surrounded accordingly, it would have been all right. But he's not an elevator. Yeah,
and what he is if he was in Miami, he'd look like a top 5 quarterback.
100%. He would, without question. But that's not the case.
Right. But if you put him in not a bad situation, but a mediocre situation, he's going to be mediocre. Like
you can put him with the Patriots like he is now.
Yeah, like that's just what he is. He's not going to make the situation better.
Yes. So it's twofold. I'm not putting the onus 100% on Mac Jones. I'm also going to put the onus on GM Belichick, not Coach Belichick. GM Belichick. Let me make sure I separate the two. GM Belichick needs to stop not seeing past himself. You need to get you some dogs, man. You keep trying to find these project players that everybody else let go and try to make them relevant. That worked with Pep. The reason it worked with Tom Brady so well is because Tom Brady is an elevator of players. That's what he does.
I think
he did that because, well, and I'm saying we have to catch up because we brought in Juju Smith-Schuster. All right, cool. We also brought in Devontae Parker, and the Mike Gesicki thing and the Hunter Henry, I'm fine with. We do really well with the tight end thing. I'm good with that. But actual receivers, we've got to do better with playmakers.
I think it's the QB because
the QB is a part of the problem.
Because Juju is good.
You still need
last year.
You need above average playmakers still. Juju's not an above average player. He's an average playmaker. He's not an above average. He's an average player.
Crappy as Jacoby Myers with the Raiders.
Hey, Jacoby I love Jacoby.
He looks like a totally different football player.
I absolutely hated that we let Jacoby go. I was a fan. I was like, Jacoby had a chance to be what we thought N'Keal Harry was going to be. That's what I thought about Jacoby Myers.
And they destroyed N'Keal Harry. I'm 100%. Sorry, because I loved him in college. I
loved him in college too.
Should have been a lot better than he was. Honestly.
He's one of those players that suffered from who he was drafted by. I do think if he was drafted in a much more receiver-friendly offense, he would have flourished.
Yeah,
most definitely, no question.
And it's just like, look, scheme, quarterback. It's a gumbo thing with the Patriots. It's a gumbo.
Yes. At least, like, this is where I have no issue because I do love. I'm okay with us having Bill O'Brien because I hate Bill O'Brien, the head coach. Bill O'Brien, the offensive coordinator, play caller. I have no problem with because I've seen the fruits of how it looks. Mm-hmm. He's a solid play caller. He's better than a lot of play callers some of these other teams have. The quarterback is the problem. And some of the personnel are the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Some, not all, some, just some. Like if we had a legitimate number 1 receiver, having Juju as a 2 and having these other receivers, we'd be fine. But we don't have a guy that scares you.
Well,
we don't.
Like, then you got to have somebody.
I even like that we have Stevenson and Ezekiel Elliott. I'm fine with that as my running backs. I like my tight ends. If we just had a number 1, if we got D-Hop, this is a whole different conversation. We have because I think even an older D-Hop right now is better than some of the receivers we have.
Yeah, but Mac Jones can't throw the ball past 15 yards.
Hey, look, if he can throw the ball 35 yards to D-Hop a couple times, I'm good.
He throw his arm out the socket trying to get it 30 yards. You can't do it.
Yeah,
Either that, or it's gonna take a half an hour to get there.
it might. It might. And
He throws
so
the ball. He puts so much air under every pass. Like watching him throw and watching Justin Herbert throw, it's like, why can't you do that? It's weird.
like, you remember the old NFL when they used to put the hang
Remember
time
Tecmo
timer
Bowl?
up on the punt?
Remember Tecmo Bowl when you had to throw the ball and it would go off the screen?
Yeah,
That's Mac Jones.
like it looked like when they used to put the clock up for the hang time for the punch. It just sit there. You're like,
I'm gonna find a clip. I'm
I
gonna put
can
that
take
shit.
a break. I can take a break on my route, tie my cleat, get back up, and take off running again.
Right.
So Mel, so basically what y'all saying is he throw like Madden 1999.
Facts.
Yeah.
Got you.
Like if this was Madden 06 when they had the QB vision, Mac Jones should look like this, like they did Michael Vick.
Like it's just he just has zero arm strength. It is fucking crazy.
Yes, ma'am.
Look, to have arm strength worse than Chad Pennington
Hey,
is
that's
horrible.
a crazy statement.
But at least Chad Pennington, he would throw the ball ahead of time. Like he knew where everybody was going. He's like, I'm gonna put that shit out there early. So when
He had good timing.
it was coming.
Yeah. But anywho, we'll go off on a tangent if we keep doing that. Y'all taking the Saints in this game, or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, give me the Saints.
I do think
There's a
I
chance.
think they need to sit Derek Carr ass down. Don't let that man completely fuck off his shoulder. Because I'm telling you right now, I dealt with the AC joint shit. That shit is no joke. That shit is trash.
It's not.
All right, that shit is that shit is trash. Like,
And it is telling that they went to fucking Taysom Hill before they went to fucking Jameis.
Because Jameis was at his best when he had Sean Payton, but I'm gonna leave it at that. And he was better last year with the other guy. But anyway, yeah. Unfortunately, I got to be objective, and I am gonna pick against the Patriots. If we didn't suffer if we had Christian Gonzalez and Matthew Judon, and we traded for J.C. Jackson, I 100% would have taken the Patriots as well.
Oh, because the defense would have been
100%.
great.
Oh yeah, because defense would have been there, 100%.
I just don't see it. Maybe they'll prove me wrong, but I'm like I said, I'm an objective Patriots fan. I'm not going to be that guy. So, yep.
Ridiculous.
Let's get to the greatest rivalry in the NFL: the Ravens Steelers.
This is I'm taking the Ravens on this. I still think Lamar's on his MVP walk.
Yep.
So
yeah, I'm taking Baltimore. I don't know I know Pickett's gonna play, but he's not at 100%. And offensively, Matt Canada still ain't fired, so I don't trust the offense.
Yeah.
And Najee Harris just need to sit his ass down, and that's how I feel about that.
Their offensive line's not good though.
Well, I know, but Najee is just not aggressive enough for me. At least with Jaylen Warren out there, at least he goes out and catches passes and breaks tackles.
This is true.
I don't think Najee wants to be there. I promise you. If not, I promise you, Najee gets to change the scenery.
At this point.
I don't think so either, honestly. But I think Najee gets to change the scenery, and he has a revitalized career, honestly. Because I don't think he wants to go to Pittsburgh regardless.
Fair enough.
He'll end up in Miami too.
Stop it.
Mostert's old. He out next year. They bring in Najee.
He could end up in motherfucking Cincinnati and trade him for Joe Mixon. That might actually work.
No, I wouldn't do that. Joe, he's still.
He is, but he has a friendlier contract at the moment that's worth trading if you're going to make any moves.
Yeah, see, but then Joe Mixon ass will end up somewhere destroying the fucking league. Like he'll end up in Kansas City and make everybody regret that they let him go.
True. Speaking of Joe Mixon, the next game we have up is the battle of the 1-3s, the Cincinnati Bengals and the Arizona Cardinals.
I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I like how the Cardinals have been playing. I'm taking the Cardinals.
Thank you.
It's crazy how a team that should be bad, which is bad, but they're probably. Are they the best 1-3 team right now?
Yeah, because
it's them, the Bengals, the Broncos, the Vikings, and the Jets.
Because look, the problem is they be winning these games, and then the owner, he be up in his box like, what the hell are y'all doing? We are trying to get this pick. Make sure, shut it down. And that's what happens.
Yep.
That's what happened.
We're
Because
trying to trade Kyler Murray and we're trying to get Caleb Williams. What y'all doing?
they had leads, double-digit leads in every single game.
Yeah, but it also it's funny because even if they quote unquote are tanking, they're still not in the running for the number 1 pick.
No.
So currently, the Arizona Cardinals are in the running for the 9th pick
Yeah.
via tankathon.com, my favorite place to look at all this stuff because they track this stuff year round. It's awesome. And currently still the Chicago Bears are in line for the first 2 picks and the Raiders would have the 3rd pick, which Josh McDaniels will find a way to trade it for like pocket lint and,
If
the
Raiders were smart,
Nah,
if they
draft
shit the bed this
somebody
year,
relevant.
if they shit the bed this year, they better 150,000% draft the goddamn quarterback.
Oh, you don't like O'Connell?
You're giving the Raiders front office too much
No,
credit.
they'll probably draft a center with the 3rd pick in the draft.
They gonna draft
They'll draft an obscure ass
corner.
position.
They'll get a punter.
and
They'll draft a punter.
they go draft another corner, a punter, and another.
They're gonna draft the
rusher.
next. They'll draft the next Justin Tucker.
That's
Yep.
what's gonna happen.
But in college,
But it was the best. It was the best kicker prospect in the last 55 years.
yep.
Here's what
So
the
the
Raiders.
fuck what?
Here's what the Raiders are gonna do. The Raiders are gonna trade back, right? They're gonna trade back 2 spots, and they're gonna take somebody nobody knows.
They're gonna do the Eagles Minnesota trade and take a guy like fucking Jalen Reagor instead of Justin Jefferson, the obvious pick.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's what's gonna happen. I mean, they've been known to do it for years. You know,
They've
missed
done
out
it.
on Calvin
They've been
Johnson.
doing it
They
since
missed out
79.
on. Yeah, they missed. I mean, players who missed out. Yeah, it's bound to happen.
Yep.
It's
And now
bound to
what's
happen.
so and what's crazy, I don't want to dive too far into it, but just on because I'll be just reading shit. If somehow Chicago keeps the first 2 picks, but you see what you want to see and you see Justin Fields make the next step, I consider trading one of those picks. And with that first pick I'm taking, and I would at least I'm drafting Marvin Harrison Jr. at the bare minimum.
At the
I'm
bare
letting
minimum.
At the bare minimum. Because
I'm
him and DJ Moore together is fucking nuts. Like,
I'm using both those picks. I'm drafting Marvin Harrison Jr. and I'm getting the edge rusher.
Yeah, no. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm
Oh,
saying
absolutely.
But if
Absolutely.
somebody's gonna want that number 2 pick that's drafting in the first 15 picks. So you would essentially trade down, but also acquire more picks potentially in the first round, or like you could like maybe Arizona has the 9th and the 14th pick right now. What if they wanted to trade like the 14th for the 2nd, but that 14th pick ends up getting a little.
Yeah, depends on what you get. Depends on what you get.
And that's what I'm saying. Like Chicago needs to be smart with this if it goes that
Very
route.
true.
And because I can see where Justin Fields could be their franchise quarterback if he
Where do you think
continues.
Marvin Harrison
continues
Jr.
to
goes in the draft?
I think he goes towards the top of the draft.
No, I'm just saying. What do you think he gets? Because if you think the way,
At least top 10.
if he's
I'm
if
saying
you
at
think
least top 6.
if you think
Guys,
he's going to get drafted with the 4th pick, I trade both those picks, drop down to 5, and I just sweep the whole fucking I'm just taking picks. If you can still get everybody that you wanted, but you're just moving down.
Yeah. So if you look at it, right? Okay, right now, Chicago would have 1 and 2, Vegas would have 3, Denver would have 4. Do you want to take the chance of Marvin Harrison Jr. falling to Minnesota at 5 with Justin Jefferson and the fact that they just drafted a receiver this past draft?
I think Minnesota takes a quarterback.
I also don't think Minnesota is going to be in the top 5 of this draft by the end of the season. I don't think they're going to finish this bad of a season.
Yeah, but I still think they take a quarterback.
But a team like New England, on the other hand,
because one, they still took Jordan Addison this year,
and I love Jordan Addison. He's going to be.
Yeah, I like that pick. That pick is a really good pick.
But you're not wrong. There's a lot of intrigue in the top 5. There's a lot of intrigue.
I don't drop no further than 5 though.
No, hell no. No, absolutely not.
Absolutely.
No. I might not want to drop no further than 4, but I can understand dropping, 5 and under. That's it. Nowhere past 5. Like if you're not one of the top 5 picks, miss me with your offer.
Yeah, unless
you offer me like your next year's first on top of that, I might consider it because that's now
I
I'm
was
getting
gonna say, we might
first
have to
rounders
talk.
this year and next year. I might if I'm the bear, I might entertain that conversation.
Unless-
7 or 8.
unless you want to get funky with it and you talking to Minnesota and you like, look, I'll give you that number one if you give me Justin Jefferson and a couple other picks.
Mm-hmm.
Like
we talking?
We can get funky now.
We can
get gross.
Listen, don't give Justin Fields DJ Moore and fucking DJ Moore. Good Lord. That's a 12-win team. Offensively, that's a 12-win team.
Because when you got the top 2 picks, you got billionaire talk now. Like you can call your shots. Like, look, I want so and so.
I want a king's ransom.
Yeah, you can talk.
I want a king's ransom.
Yeah.
Or I mean, hey, I know you talk about a guy like Jay Jettis. Do you have the conversation with the Rams? You talk about Cooper Kupp?
No, because I want the younger receiver.
Yeah, and I don't want to bring Cooper to a place where it gets cold.
I just thought I would ask. I'm just throwing some. I'm spitballing. Yeah. Do you talk to the Raiders about Devontae Adams?
Yes. Hell yeah.
You definitely do.
Not with the number, but not with those picks. Not with those top.
But this is the conversation that
with some other picks.
In my mind, where does the conversation stop? Like, I would have no problem if I kept the number 1 and I say, with the number 2 pick, and I traded to trade down, but I want Devontae Adams. What if if I trade down to number 9 and I offer the Raiders number 9 pick for Devontae Adams? You giving it to me? You see where I'm going? Like, you see how I'm getting? That's what I'm saying. Like, this is where the draft can get real funny.
The only thing that gets scary with Devontae Adams and that is that he is an older wide receiver.
He is.
Like, I'm gonna take Jettis because Jettis is still young.
You're right, but I don't think Minnesota's giving him up. I don't think. Because they're going to get rid of Cousins because they need another quarterback because they have a young core of offensive weapons building. But they need a running back. They do need a running back.
This is where that pick, but this is where it gets, this is where having one of those 2 picks is like, look, you give me Jettis, you got to pay Jettis next year.
Yeah.
You know who you don't have to pay? Marvin Harrison.
Nope.
He's on a rookie contract.
Sure don't.
I got the money to pay Jettis.
And I don't have to pay Justin Fields for another 2 years.
Now you see where trade talks really get dicey. This is where it gets going.
Yeah, and I'm just doing it just to do it because it's it's interesting. But we'll get to that. I'm gonna take Arizona in this game. I'm gonna take Arizona with the upset is what we're calling it.
This is what you do. Or like do you call the Bengals for Jamar Chase?
I might.
I was going to say the same thing. Do you call the Bengals for Jamar?
I just might.
And Jamar might not cost you one of those top 2 picks. You could probably get him with 3s and 4s.
No, I still want. If I'm giving up Jamar, I need at least 1 first rounder back. I would start. My negotiation would start with I'll give you next year's first.
Yeah, I'll give you like 27.
If I can keep this year's first, that's one thing. But I'll offer you next year. I might even offer you my next 2 years first. I might.
Yeah, because if you can,
that's assuming that I'm gonna go all in with Justin Fields. I'm gonna in free agency. My focus needs to be offensive line. Like I'm gonna legitimately build this team the right way so that my quarterback ain't got to run for his life. Now, mind you, their offensive line played well last night, but it needs to be better. You need some solidified players and some certain, especially at right guard. At right guard, you need some serious help there because their right guard was getting. When they moved Chase Young around, their right guard was getting fucked up.
No, that right tackle was getting fucked up.
Him too. That right side of that line was bad.
That whole right side.
The left side was good. The left side was surprisingly good, but the right side was getting beat the fuck up by that. But but when you got a D line of mostly first rounders, what you think? But back on these picks, though, like I said, I'm taking Arizona in I guess the upset.
Yeah.
I guess the upset.
Is it an upset?
I don't know. For now, it's going to be an upset because the Bengals are the Bengals. We're going to call it an upset for now. Yeah, if the Bengals are 1-4 after this, it's no longer an upset.
Yeah, no.
Because I think if the Bengals lose this game, I think the Bengals are done for the season. And you start considering shutting down Joe Burrow, let him actually get healthy. Like you might start.
This is where the trade of Jamar Chase starts.
And possibly Joe Mixon. You might start really thinking like you just paid your quarterback, so you got to figure some things out.
Yep.
But so you taking Arizona as well?
Oh yeah.
Who you taking Arizona?
Absolutely. Give me Joshua Dobbs.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, so we got a very intriguing matchup. I think this might be potentially the highest scoring game of the weekend. Potentially. The Eagles and the Rams. Games in SoFi Stadium. Cooper Kupp makes his comeback. The Eagles secondary has not been as good as it has in years past. They did just give up 20-plus points to the Commanders last week. So their secondary can be had. Their run defense is still pretty solid, but their secondary can be had, and Matthew Stafford has the weapons to get that ball out there. So this is an intriguing game. I could see this game going into the 30s for both teams.
Now, see, I can see the same thing, but on the flip side, I can kind of see both defenses making it really hard to score.
Think so?
Yeah, like I don't know, like just like you said, the Eagles DBs haven't been playing well. Darius Slay knows that as well. And like they all really know that. And just like really on the other side of it, like I understand that point. This game can explode literally at any point in time. But I feel like at the same time,
Yeah.
Fuck that. Rams by 14. That's what's gonna happen.
Rams by 14. All right, you heard him. Rams by 14.
I feel like at the same time, this game can be tremendously slow because both of these coaches kind of have the knack to want to be more explosive. And I don't know, man. I think the Eagles take this in a close, low scoring game.
Yeah, non bullshit. Eagles gonna beat the shit out the Rams. They're gonna beat the shit out the Rams.
So then I'll stand on this island. I'm going to take the Rams in the upset because I've watched the Eagles play 4 games very close, even to the Patriots. And that offense should be a lot better than that. And the Rams, of all the 4 teams that the Eagles have beaten, the Rams have the best skill players that they're going to face so far this season.
That's true.
And
It'll be close because
there is a conversation we had that if Cooper Kupp is 80% of his normal self with the current receivers they have and Kyron Williams balls out, they can upset the Eagles.
it won't be an ass whooping if Cooper Kupp
Now,
plays.
the only problem is the Matthew Stafford's health. He is nursing a hip and an ankle injury, which can be a problem because that pass rush could get loose.
Oh no, Jordan Davis and them are gonna be on his ass. Like they
what we were saying before you came back was that the Eagles secondary has been very suspect this year. So they can be had because even the Commanders was putting up points on that secondary. And I think the Rams have much better skill players, not much better, but somewhat better skill players outside of Terry McLaurin.
Not a better offensive line, though.
No. But you have Matthew Stafford who knows how to get that ball out of his hand now. He don't take a lot of sacks if he don't have to.
Yeah, we'll see.
But that's cool. Hey, if I'm wrong, cool, but somebody got to call an upset, so I'll be that guy. All right. So we got we got the game we've been waiting for. Fuck that. We've been waiting for this game all season. There's been shit talk since the offseason. We have got the Jets and the Broncos. This shit going all the way up to the coaches talking shit. This game right here.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
Hello, son. Weird. Hello, son. How are you?
Yeah, I guess, son.
How are you, son?
Son or daughter?
Thank you for stopping in. We appreciate you, son.
I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means.
This goes all the way back to the offseason.
We are their father. That's why.
Right. Well, congratulations on being. I didn't expect to be a father.
I am your Faja.
But we had Sean Payton come out and talk shit about Nathaniel Hackett. We had Robert Saleh come out talking about you ain't got haters, you ain't popping. We got, of course, the Aaron Rodgers injury. We've got Russ. Russ is not cooking, but Russ is 100% simmering because that offense is starting to hum a little bit. It looks like Javonte Williams is not going to play, but the backup, I think it's McLaughlin is how you say his name.
Mm-hmm.
Looks pretty damn good. So they'll be fine in the running back department. Jerry Jeudy is starting to round out in the form. This is going to be a very interesting game.
That's who it was. They said the Panthers were looking to trade for Jerry Jeudy.
Bye.
I don't know. Hey, I'm just
2K kid. Maybe it's just somebody trolling.
I don't know.
He's still simmering.
Russ is cooked. Look, for Russ in every statistical category, Russ.
Yeah, look, the water is boiling right now. 100%. The water's boiling. Like it's there. The water's boiling.
Look, if I asked you who was second in the league in touchdown passes, you wouldn't say Russell Wilson. But it's Russell Wilson. Russ is like third in passing yards. second or third in quarterback rating. Like Russ is doing what Russ needs to do.
He is. I just want to keep Russ humble.
Yeah,
So
Russ is getting. The difference is Russ is playing like Seattle Russ. You know
he's
what the
playing
difference
the way
is?
he should have been playing.
But the problem is the Legion of Boom ain't on the other side of that fucking ball.
Hell no, this is the Legion of fucking blunder.
Yeah.
This shit is historically bad. This shit is so bad. This is like when you pick up that fucking trash bag out the trash can that rusts at the bottom of a New York City dumpster.
Yeah, like it's the Legion of poop.
And poop is nice. This is that liquid shit. This ain't even solid shit. Like this is our daughters and sons having them explosive diapers that you just got to throw the whole kid away type of shit.
This is diarrhea.
Facts.
But so the determining factor is going to be the Jets have the defensive advantage in this game, but offensively, I don't think they do.
This is my
Zach Wilson plays like he did last week. They
exactly. So like this is where it's
Zachariah's come out party, man.
Yeah.
This is it.
So listen, me and Mel had a conversation on the phone last night. All right, and we talked about this. And I said, this has got to be the game, just like Justin Fields and DJ Moore had. This has got to be the Zach Wilson, Garrett Wilson motherfucking game. It has to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, this is going to be the second time this season that I'm taking the New York football fucking Jets to win a game. I called it for the Bills and they won. I'm going to take them in this one too.
Yeah, I need this for Zach. He needs this for his confidence too. So
I need this for his confidence too, because speaking of that, just because I like being funny. Anybody else ever noticed that in with his helmet on, Zach Wilson looks like Chucky?
Yep, sure does.
Like the cheeks, the eyes, like he looks like fucking Chucky. And in that why does he wear a headband? Somebody explain that to me.
Honestly, I don't know.
It's a fashion thing.
No, I just think he played football with a lot of black people. Like that's what I think it is. Like,
of course.
Well, he definitely did that.
I don't know. It just looked weird to me because Zach Wilson ain't got the hair for a headband. Like at least Trevor Lawrence got the golden locks of hair, wagging a headband. Zach Wilson got like I don't know what the fuck he got. Chilling.
It's either that or he just stopped the sweat from coming. Maybe he sweats a lot.
He might.
Probably.
Maybe.
But to give Zach Wilson some credit, right? And speaking, hold on, wait, real quick, before we move on, I want to go ahead and give a special Donkey of the Day shout out to Rodney Harrison.
Oh! Look, I ain't got time. Fuck Rodney Harrison
for trashing a young quarterback after he went out there and literally had the game of his life.
Listen.
As an NFL vet and somebody who announces on TV for a living, you should be ashamed of yourself. And this isn't the first time you've done this, Rodney Harrison. You really need to relax and check yourself when it comes to critiquing younger players, being an older player, being a veteran yourself. I'm really disappointed in you, bro.
I can't defend you as a Patriots fan. I cannot defend you for that. Your actions were unbecoming of a Patriot. Simply because we've watched every type of TV personality out there. Nobody did what he blatantly tried to do on Thursday Night Football. He tried to get Jones to admit that quarterback was trash. We said what we said. We said what we said about Zach Wilson, but we still didn't call him straight up trash. We were critical of both him and Justin Fields. No, we were critical. I did, but did I not? Most of it was behind his leadership stuff, though, right?
Yeah, no.
Like his play on the field is what it is, but it was his leadership thing because that rubs me the wrong way because of my profession and leadership is a big deal.
But we didn't do it on a national.
Not like that. We didn't do it like that.
No, we weren't trying to entice other people to trash this person.
Not like that. That was horrible.
And on top of it,
that's horrible.
And to GQ's point and in defense, at the time he was not playing well.
No, he wasn't, but not to a point where I'm finna be like, oh man, I can't believe you thought that Zach Wilson was good. Didn't you know he's trash? Like, look, he played a respectable game against the Kansas City Chiefs. 100%.
He outplayed
Mahomes in that game statistically. Yeah. Outside of the dub itself. Mahomes had a weird game. I don't know what to call it yet. He's had a weird game. But he's also suffering from not having a number one receiver. Not a tight end.
When they start putting you in GOAT conversations, I don't want to hear that.
No, I'm
gonna take mine.
I completely agree. Like I said, I watched the game and there was a lot of drop passes by players that should have caught passes. And Kadarius Toney, at some point, I'd like you to show up because that APB been out for a hot minute since week 1.
Okay.
You ain't made an appearance in the Super Bowl. I'd like you to come play football eventually.
I really want to do that.
But that's all. So, Woolidge, are you taking the Jets as well in this game, or are you taking?
Oh no, I'm taking the Jets. I'm taking the
So
Jets.
we're all expecting the Broncos to drop to 1-4. Okay.
Yep, I got confidence in Zach.
Speaking of the Chiefs have got to go toe-to-toe with Kim Folk-Kurt in a non-primetime game. It's like throw that caveat out there.
Uh-oh.
So this is the 3:25 game on CBS. Honestly, I hope that the Chiefs are like blowing out the Vikings at the beginning because I have him as Kirk is one of my fantasy quarterbacks, and I need him to throw the ball for like the entire game. I need him to throw like 46 times.
He gonna throw if they up. So look,
that's true.
Look, my man Jettis is gonna go off tonight on Sunday. So
that's what I'm calling.
Kansas City been playing like some trash. This is where it catches up to him.
Okay. So does that mean you're taking Minnesota?
I'm taking Minnesota.
Okay.
Give me Minnie. And I'm not talking about the mouse either.
Yeah. I'll stand on the island by myself. I'll take the Kansas City Chiefs. This is also where I'm going to call out something. So 2 hours, 20 minutes, 30 seconds. In case this does happen, Mills, you can clip this up. This is the Rashee Rice breakout game.
Okay.
He's been trending up. He's been looking very well. He's probably been their most consistent actual receiver, not tight end, actual receiver. This could be his breakout game. I'm going to leave it at that. And Jordan Addison, please, for the love of everything, show the fuck back up.
Please
Kirk,
come
the
back.
Ball. Don't be bullshit. Even if y'all losing, throw on the ball. Please.
The game misses you. Come back to football.
You hurt me last week, man. You gave me 0 points, but it was your quarterback's fault.
All right. Definitely.
Let's get to the controversial game of the weekend. The Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. But before we make our pick, I have to say this. I had to do some digging because somebody said it on TV and I had to go look it up. Do you know that the Cowboys and Niners season series of all time is tied right now?
Yep, it sure is.
You know who else is tied as well? The Steelers and the fucking Ravens. They're both tied. The last 42 games. Like, that's crazy. So the tie is going to get broken in both of these major rivalries this weekend.
Yep.
I just wanted to bring that up as a football historian. I thought that was pretty fucking dope. That they've been playing that long that they actually were able to. Somebody was ahead by a lot, then somebody else got ahead, and then they're tied. Shit's crazy.
Yep. Either way, don't matter to me. 49ers gonna dog walk these motherfuckers and take the lead.
Hey, listen. All I'm saying, Christian McCaffrey, can you do the same thing that James Conner did and just run ram shot? Please and thank you. That's all. That is all. Oh, and by all means, Brandon Ayuk, if you want to just show up and get 120 yards receiving, cool story, bro. Debo, just one time. I just want to see it because I've never seen it. I just want to see you truck Michael Parsons because I ain't never seen nobody truck him. I just want to see somebody truck him. And if Debo do it, it'll just be the greatest video clip meme we can do because we can do all the Debo shit because that shit will be beautiful.
Look, you know what Michael Parsons is not going to line up? On the left side. Well, on the right side of the defense.
He also nursing that little knee thing going on too.
You know why he not? Because Trent Williams is on the left side of that offense.
You sure right.
And he's not going nowhere near Trent Williams.
Trent gonna have a stack of pancakes if you line up on that side.
Yep. So
yeah, I said it. And I like Michael Parsons. I do. But there are those offensive linemen that are just that damn good at their job.
Mm-hmm. And when he line up on the right side, he gonna get introduced to Jay Huschek. Because he gonna come off and he gonna chip him. If that's what you want to call.
Because old Kyle Juszczyk is thick.
Yeah. So
he hits hard. That's why that man gets one reception a game. I just had to do it. I had to do it. Oh shit! I had to do it.
I got a couple Mullins clips that I definitely got to fucking put up.
Yeah, Monday Night Football. We have got the Green Bay Loves going toe-to-toe with what's left of Vegas. We're just gonna call them the Vegas Adams. We call them the Vegas Adams. This is got left on this roster.
See, this is a tough one for me because I believe in Jordan Love, and I think Jordan Love he's playing very good this year. But I think Devontae Adams is going to take this game very personal.
You're right. He probably is.
And there's gonna be a lot of shit talk between him and fucking
Jair.
I can't get his name out. The
Oh,
corner.
the coach.
Jair Alexander.
Yeah, Jair.
Jair.
Alexander.
So there's gonna be a lot of shit talking on Monday night. This game, I am mad I gotta work because I'm not gonna be able to watch this fucking game.
Oh, I'm watching the fuck out this game.
So
Give me the
I'm
Packers,
sorry.
man.
Yeah, nah. Look, and you're 100% right. Devontae Adams probably gonna go the fuck off while he holds his hot ass L.
You think?
I do,
Yeah.
because I think this is gonna be the first game where the Packers have their complete roster together. And by that I mean Christian Watson being healthy, Aaron Jones being healthy, Romeo Doubs being back to being the number 2, but still being a threat. And I like their rookie tight end. So I just think this is going to be where they put the entire game together offensively. And this is where Jordan Love goes for 325 passing yards and 3 touchdowns with no interceptions.
I'm going black and silver on this, man. We're going to ride the shoulders of Devontae to this victory.
You damn sure can't ride the shoulders of Jimmy G because he might get injured if you step on his shoulders. Be careful.
You can't ride the shoulders of Jimmy G because he might lose a shoulder in the process.
And he might,
Look, as long as he get the ball to Devontae, that's all we care about.
Hey, listen, you're right. But Green Bay's defense has definitely gotten better, and they actually have something of a pass rush this year. So we're going to see.
That's true.
For
that last one, I just want to troll all the Niner fans by saying I got the Cowboys. And when they beat y'all, I will be calling y'all. Y'all know who you are. Don't run me. Don't block me. Answer that phone call.
Listen, I got a couple of friends that are Cowboys fans, and they got on my ass when they beat the Patriots last week, which I was not surprised that happened. Go ahead and lose to the Niners. I'm going to return that phone call.
You should.
Just because.
It's just because a lot of Niner fans
right now,
my DMs.
the Niners kind of
own
own y'all right now. Let's just call it what it is.
That's true.
Y'all can't beat them in the playoffs when it matters.
Yeah.
And you might struggle against the regular season. And Brock Purdy is playing out of his mind right now.
Don't let them star boys over there. They're from Texas. Don't let them win. Because if you're a Niner fan, you might want to block me right now because I'm calling you, and I will.
Besides,
it's gonna be like the FEMA alert that we got on the 4th. It's gonna be like that.
I'm calling everybody. I'm texting everybody. I'm like, oh, hey, just like they did with Joshua Dobbs. Hey, y'all still the boys?
See, my brother's going to be unbearable if the 49ers win, so it is what it is. All right.
Oh, okay. I'm being that.
No, I was about to say, like, we've been rocking this. We're on 2.5 hours. We've been getting, and I thought we was going to be in control today. We was not in control today at all.
We were in enough control.
Semi.
We got through the docket.
We definitely got through the docket. But, all right. Any last words before you roll up out of here?
Yes, I do. I want to give a shout out specifically to Justin Fields first and foremost, and this is why. Yes, he played well last night, but it's because of the post game. First thing he did was he gave a tribute to the now rest in heaven Dick Butkus, who passed away a mere hours before kickoff last night. But the questions that they were asking him, especially Sherm, they were grilling him. And he was answering those questions the way you want your quarterback to answer those questions. He was able to describe the coverages that he was seeing, what he was seeing. He answered the questions that Mel had doubts about as far as what Justin Fields is seeing. And I appreciated that he was able to say, this is what I seen from watching the film on Washington. This is what we expect them to do. And we had a couple of touchdown get-you plays ready if we saw those same looks. That's what I want to hear from my young quarterbacks.
All that tells me is that he wasn't doing that shit weeks prior.
No, you're right. I get that. But I wanted to give him his flowers.
Yeah, no, I give him all of but this is what we said, is like either they simplified it or he took it more serious. Something happened, but whatever happened, for 2 weeks, he's looked like the guy that he was supposed to look like.
Yeah, and I really hope it continues. Like, he ain't got to ball out like this, but I hope there's some continuity and consistency.
That's all.
That's all I'm asking for. It might not translate to 10 wins, and that's cool, but maybe it'll translate to 6.
But these are the steps that we wanted to see from him.
Yes,
period.
That's all. That's all I need. Show them that you can be the franchise quarterback so that they can take advantage of these high-ass draft picks and build around you.
Right.
While they don't have to pay you.
Exactly. Mulich, what you got?
That's all.
Well, It was another fire show, of course. Appreciate everybody for coming out. Appreciate everybody in the chat. But like GQ, I got to give my shout out to Zach Wilson. Because even though that they lost that game against the Chiefs the other night, him acknowledging the fact that the fumble
He took the ownership.
was essentially on him. And he took everything to the chest, and even telling his teammates while they're trying to console him, like, man, nah, I get, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate the energy and I appreciate you guys trying to console me, but at the end of the day, I got to be better. I got to be better as a quarterback. I got to be better as a leader. And that's one thing that I can appreciate from, you know what I'm saying, like a young quarterback, just taking the accountability when you messed up.
Leadership.
And yeah,
That's
no,
exactly
literally,
what I
like,
wanted.
that's literally what I wanted to from last year.
What team you play for? The last person the one person that must always take accountability is the quarterback.
Is the quarterback, and that's the one thing that I always wanted him to see.
Quarterback. I don't give a fuck who it was.
Yeah.
If my quarterback is not taking accountability, I have a problem.
Yeah.
Serious problem. That's the same thing as if my coach wasn't taking accountability and he was playing the blame game. I would have a serious problem with that. Because guess what? The coach and the quarterback are an extension of each other. Just like all
already at 2:30.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I just wanted to give him that credit, bro, because at the end of the day, that's what we wanted to see. And that was my biggest gripe against him. I never said that he was, not talented. I just wanted him to be an actual leader and embrace his role as a starting quarterback. So shout out to Zach Wilson, man. You gained my respect, and I just hope you keep going.
Yeah.
That's how you're supposed to give somebody credit, Rodney Harrison. Take notes.
Yeah. Look, this is what we do, man. Like, another fire show. These my guys, man. Like, what we do on this show is second to none. You're not gonna get this You're not gonna get this nowhere. I'm sorry. You're not gonna get it anywhere else. These my brothers. We put on the best show on YouTube or wherever the heck you watching or listening, Spotify, Apple Music. Tune us in. This is what we do. We end the one thing, like I said, we can be hard on Justin Fields or Zach Wilson, but when they do the things that we expect of them, we can give them that credit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like we are 10 toes down on what we believe, but like I said, we update our opinions when the information is updated.
Because we watch film like we're supposed to.
Yep. Exactly. We watch the film, we watch the games.
Like we went on a whole 45-minute rant on both of these guys 2 shows ago, where 2 of us were supporting one, we was dog washing the other one, and vice versa. We was dog washing one, and 2 was supporting the other. And hey, a week changed. We watched the film, we saw it. Hey, kudos where kudos are due, man.
As far as we know, the only reason why they changed is because they watching the show.
Hey, they could have been like, hey man, we watched this Inside the Huddle, man. This is what they was talking about. Maybe we need to take a page.
I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it and take credit for it, but I mean,
nah, fuck that.
The proof is in the pudding. The proof is right here in the pudding, bro. Like,
I mean, the track record is proven. That's all I'm gonna say. Like,
if you ain't rocking with Inside the Huddle, man, I don't know what to tell you, because if everything stays on this current trajectory and the conversations that 3 of us have been having, we got some stuff coming for you that y'all might not be ready for. That's all I'm gonna say about that. No spoilers allowed.
Hey. So with that being said, I forgot to do I promise you next week I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna have it next week.
Push the goddamn button.
I'm gonna have it next week. I promise you I'm gonna have it. I promise you I'm gonna have it. It's been Inside the Huddle.
Tell everybody bye-bye.
Look, little body, big fro back in the building.
Hey, number 1 special guest.
That's right.
She's ready for daddy time, as you can see.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Holla at y'all. Remember, Monday, basket to basket. Tuesday, nothing as of now. Wednesday, we got Gentlemen's Talk. Thursday, PVT. Yep. And then we're back here Friday.
Yeah.
Inside the Huddle. Everybody who was in the chat. Andre was in the chat. I don't know who 2K Kid is. Tyrone. Thanks for coming through.
We are your fathers.
Micah B was in the chat. Troy was in the chat. Zamara was in the chat. Everybody was in the chat. I hope I ain't missed nobody. But everybody was in the chat. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Once again, Inside the Huddle. We'll see you next week.